And hello, we should be live now. It's not saying it. Now it's saying live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Children of the Corn, a D&D5e one-shot. I'll give you the disclaimer. There may be adult content because sometimes I act like a child. Maybe some of my players do from time to time, too. Anyhow, today we will be having our group of adventurers who have been traveling from the western mountains of the Grey Mist Mountains, delivering to their lord a were-guild of silver coins from the Dane of the Silverbeard clan to pay for the death of caused by one of his dwarven folk. And so they'll be taking this huge chest that they have in a wagon of silver coins back to their Dane. They decided to take a shortcut through this isolated, obscure valley. And there they come across a nice festival taking place. It appears to be some corn-related harvest festival. And as they approach over to the ridge and come across this town and this festival, I will allow each person to introduce themselves, their players, a short introduction, and how they know each other, anything else you'd like to describe. And let's start with Robin Johansson first.
Howdy guys, my name is Robin Johannesson. Today I will be playing Cleric of the Light that goes by the name of Father Jacob. He is, to put it straight, like a religious nutjob. He is out in the world to try to prevent the some kind of evil he is imagining to taking over the world, and on his way there he tries to fight the evil and help the good, but he is quite is it pragmatic it's called? Yeah. Yeah, he might be doing some weird things maybe, but he has got together with his group of adventurers and most likely to be able to travel safe, and he will try to keep their back safe as they try to keep his back safe. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Robin. We will then go with Charles Cole. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character, and if you're recording or anything, by all means, let us know. By the way, just FYI, Robin Johansson is recording, so check out his YouTube video. He's pretty good.
All right. And yes, Robin is very good. My name is Charlie Cole, and I'm playing Onyx. And what you'll see is this this hooded cloak with some glyphs that are upon it, a staff. He's about, right now, he's standing, probably about 4'10", and he looks to be somewhat dwarvish in features. That you can see, but he doesn't have much of a beard. Almost clean shaven, and he walks with the staff. He looks to be about, for a dwarf, middle-aged, and you'll notice that he also has a short bow slung underneath the cloak. You'll see the end poking up, and you'll see part out of the cloak and part of it hidden. And he joined up with this mighty band of travelers and protectors solely so he could go ahead and manage his welfare and maybe make it to some of these towns and pick up some arcane attributes and knowledge along the way and provide some meager help from his aged past. And over to the DM.
Okay, thank you very much, Charles Cole. And then let's go ahead and allow Tony Thompson to introduce himself and his character. And Tony's starting to run games too. Okay.
A month ago, you would have seen Wisdom Ford on the street. He would have been dressed as a beggar. You would have passed by him and seen that he needed a bath, he needed some food, he needed his hair cut. A week later, you would have never recognized him. You would have seen him on some noble's coach, riding as a coachman, dressed in fine clothing. Wisdom does whatever he needs to do to earn money. Today, he's wearing his big coat, his hair hanging down, about a 3 or 4 day growth of beard. He's walking in the back of this group, and as they approach this village they've never been to, and says to himself, "Ha! Plenty of people in this festival to get a copper from. Today is going to be a good day. Yes, it is." And he just starts rubbing his hands together and keeps walking with his own little smile. And one thing that his comrades will know is that never believe a word he says. Who knows if he's telling the truth or not?
Okay, wisdom, very good. And then let us go ahead and allow Justin LaFontaine. Go ahead and introduce yourself and Cleavon, the monk.
Hello there, I'm Justin, and I'll be playing Cleavon, the monk. Cleavon has spent a lot of his life just driving caravans or wagons and even carriages and coaches from one town to the other. And oftentimes his travels take him up into the mountains where he may have learned a thing or two from some mountain monks. And if you're looking at Cleavon, you'd see he's an older gentleman. His long silver hair mixes with his white whiskers as it lays on top of his common clothes, which are many layered wool garments, loose knit. And Cleavon, he carries a crossbow, and he'd prefer to have any problems skirted away by the presence of the crossbow rather than resort to hand and tooth, but he's always willing to do so. That's Cleavon.
All right, very excellent. And then last but definitely not least, the impressive Joey Zawicki.
My name is Anton Falone. I am a war priest. I have just served a 5-year blood oath in the military. I am done chasing kings' and nobles' dreams of wealth and power. Now I serve the common folk and live a simple life. And Anton looks just like what he looks like, but he has a priest pack, and in that priest pack he also has a shield and a war hammer. And the reason why I'm here, I am, after serving in the military, now I'm just wanting to serve just your common people and help them. That's why I'm here.
All right, very good. So you all come across this festival in the middle of this town, this isolated town, and one of the musicians will sit there. The music is quite cheery, quite Middle Ages. Do 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 do. Well, maybe a little better than that. And one of the musicians will come to you and say, "Ah, hell and well met, fellow travelers. Have you come to our small little isolated village for the great corn festival? They'll be doing a corn queen soon enough." Talkative bunch, are we?
Absolutely. I would also like to taste some of the corn, perhaps.
Indeed, a little bit of corn would be a good thing on the road.
Oh, yes. Here, not only do we just have corn, we have corn on the cob, smothered corn, boiled corn, cornbread, but we have this wonderful thing that we call spoon bread around here. It's like a cornbread, but it's more apt of mushy, like corn pudding type thing. It's quite lovely. The spoon bread. We used to call it the spoon bread festival, but it got canceled because.
Ooh, I bet that spoon bread would be easy on my old teeth. I'll take some of that, definitely.
Oh yes, our spoon bread is quite excellent. It's like a corn pudding almost, a little more solid. It's quite excellent. There's a booth over there, and it's run by well, it's not run by, but Old Mary, the old lady from the other side of the cornfield over there. She delivers all the corn for that. It's quite yummy.
Out through the people in the front comes a man wearing what is most easily described as Amish clothing. He has this kind of priest's neck thing and one of those inquisitor hats and a staff in his hand with a cross on it. He says, "What's this corn queen you're talking about? Is this some sort of idolatry?"
No, good sir. It's not idolatry at all. What it is it's it's a beauty pageant type thing. All the local girls of age come up and they're judged, and one of them is denoted as the corn queen, and she wears a wreath of shucks upon her hair and stuff like that. It says nothing much.
Oh, well, good for you then.
Oh, yeah. Uh, with no disrespect to the good god Lysander, who just FYI is the god of light and life type thing around here, main good guy. We follow all the tenets of Lysander thoroughly, uh, and it's all good. It's just a little bit of friendly fun. We don't worship her as much as we just, the prettiest young lass, great renown for her. People, suitors, stoic symbol. That's all.
Onyx is looking at the makeup of the community as far as racial, and trying to see what the majority of the populace is.
Human. It's a human.
Human? Okay.
Wisdom approaches this man and he pulls his jacket back, and the man is going to see 4 daggers in different places on his person, and he's going to look at the man and go, "Corn? Who needs corn when I can get your money?" And he's going to see what kind of reaction he gets first before.
Well, what are you going to do? Eat the coin? What good is the coin if you can't buy corn with it?
And he just looks at him and gives him a real wry smile and keeps walking on past.
Oh, we also have some of the finest corn whiskey, too.
Well, I guess it's settled then. We are stopping here for a little while.
Oh, yes. And don't mind any of the vicious rumors you may hear. That's all just crap anyway.
Same goes if you've heard anything about Cleavon the Wise biting people on the road. It's all not true.
What are these wishes?
I've heard
I
nothing
apologize,
about
good sir.
I've heard nothing about Cleavon, but what did you say there, Father?
What are these rumors you're talking about?
Oh, just normal stuff about missing kids and such like that. Ain't nothing to really be concerned about.
Missing kids not a good thing. Would you care to tell us more about this?
Oh, well, hell, it ain't really much of nothing anyway. If you really want to hear more good stories about that, then how about you go and you can ask the town guardsman. He could possibly give you some more. He's located over there, and he'll point you into a direction where you can see a few folks standing around, gathered around. One of them is standing on a bit of a pedestal dais type thing, simply so he can see over the crowd a lot better. If you walk up to him, you will see he's a armed and armored man, and instead of a dais, he's actually standing on a well. Just the village well, so he can get a good view, and he's just kind of surveying everything, seeing what's going on, just keeping an eye on it. If you all would like to know anything, there has been some of our outlying villagers who have mentioned their children being lured out by night and not returning. If you ask me, it's all a bunch of nonsense. I haven't found any evidence. They've had me go out and search and everything, and probably just kids run off. You know how kids do. Have you tried our corn yet? It's quite yummy.
And Anton, you would see him, he's eating a piece of corn on the cob, and he looks up and he says, "It's not a big deal that they have not come back or that you have not found them."
Well, no, I assume they run off. Are you in OFT?
You say they have not returned?
Well, that's generally what happens when they run away. They don't run away and then come back, do they? That's just kind of called a vacation.
Are there any children missing from this town?
Well, as far as we know, you know, we're kind of isolated. We're in this valley and steep hills and such like that around us. It's not an easy trek to come through here, so we don't get a lot of travelers, a lot of villagers. We haven't heard rumors of this happening anywhere else or anything. So I assume, you know, small town. Kids got bored, ran off.
So let me guess. They're sons and daughters of peasants? That's why they don't matter to you?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're all sons and daughters of peasants. Mostly the outlying farmers, not anybody who actually lives in the village here. But I hate to break it to you, good sir, but all we are is pretty much peasants around here. Granted, I got this armor, and I'm I'm the biggest, meanest man here, so the villagers have named me as their. I don't run the town. I'm just kind of like the sheriff in the matter. If anything goes wrong, anybody gets a little too drunk, I deal with them. The armor's just for protection. No real nobles around here, sir. If you want the Baron, he's located outside of the valley, up there, down the road a little bit to the left. Baron Wonderfell.
No, thank you. I would like to know instead of what direction the children have wandered off, as you say.
Oh, couple of the houses out by the northern cornfields of this village, near old Mary's place. She supplies the corn for the spoon bread over there. That's the highlight of this festival, our spoon bread. Everybody loves that spoon bread. It's good.
We go over there and get 2 birds with 1 stone, get some spoon bread, and maybe find a trail of these children.
Well, yeah, but the booth is just located here in the center of town at the festival. Old Mary lives off on the other side of the cornfields, also around those areas. It's just, you know, she's a person of some respect and repute around here, and so we just kind of use that as a landmark. Not saying she had anything to do with it.
Now, Onyx will ask, the Baron doesn't come to the festival?
He has graced us with his presence before, but it's a long walk. He's an elderly man, or carriage ride. The roads here aren't so good. I mean, your little ox cart that ooh, that's a nice sized chest you got there. A dwarven make, if I don't say so myself. By the looks of it, we get some dwarven travelers through here every once in a while, come down from the mines, trade for some of our corn.
Cleavon will just reach over and cover it up with some furs.
Hey, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna steal nothing, and if anybody does try to steal it, you come get me. I'm the law around here.
Wisdom, at first seeing that this man is some form of law enforcement, while his group is talking to him, and he's went on through the crowd, and he's eyeing, and he's looking for maybe somebody that looks a little bit inebriated, that has a belt pouch hanging on him that I could approach and talk to.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's inebriate drunks eating cornbread and spoon bread and corn pudding, corn on the cob, succotash, shrimp.
Yep. I approach one and, hey, good sir, I'm new in town, and the road's been so dusty. Where can we get the coldest drink around here? No, I can't hear you, Michael, if you're talking. Can you all hear him?
No.
Nope.
No, don't hear him.
As that's going on inside, oh, here it comes.
Okay, so you were going to go for a belt pouch when
Yeah,
suddenly...
Did you hear what I said
Yeah.
about asking about a cold drink? I don't know what you dropped, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I dropped it, just
Okay.
giving you a thing. No, you were going for a belt pouch, and
Yep.
then I dropped.
Yeah, I'm fixing to try to grab his belt pouch, but I'm talking to him and distracting him and asking him where the coldest drink is. So my sleight of hand is going to be, wow, good one, 24.
That'll beat everybody's passive perception. I can guarantee you that. And so you can swipe, let me see here, let me roll a D4, and that's how many, it'll be in silver, just
Okay.
FYI. But I'm going to roll a D4 to tell you how many gold coins worth you got out of this guy. And that'll be 2.
Okay. I just kind of slip his belt pouch over into my jackets and. Well, thank you
20
for the
silver.
information. I'm going to go get me one of those cold drinks. Thank you so much.
Okay, we got corn beer and good corn whiskey. It's over 50% corn mash, so technically it'd be bourbon, but we don't make it in Kentucky, so it's not technically bourbon. Although that's.
And he'll notice as he's giving all this information, he'll notice Wisdom has done and walked completely off and ignored him.
Okay. Any other things y'all like to do before you go try some, say, spoon bread or whatnot?
No, Cleavon would be eager to approach for some spoon bread.
All right.
And Todd
you can
would
go.
follow.
You can go over to the spoon bread.
Is it Sweet Mary? Or what was her name?
No. Mary is the lady who produces the spoon bread, but Larry is not. Here, I'll just use this guy instead of searching all the time for people as the guy running the spoon bread festival. Or not the spoon bread festival, but the spoon bread booth. And, no, Mary does not run it, but he'll be like, oh, no, good Mary over here, she doesn't actually attend the festival or anything. She just makes the best corn that there ever was, and we use that to make this cornbread, this spoon bread. If you like the recipe for the spoon bread, I got it right here, but I'm just FYI, it does not taste nearly as good if you don't use Mary's corn. You use any other corn, I mean, don't get me wrong. We have the best corn ever here. If you want good corn, you come to the right town.
Well, I don't need the recipe, but I think we need at least 2 orders of spoon bread and 2 sarsaparillas and 2 of your mash whiskey. Don't worry, Father Anton. If you can't have the whiskey, I'll drink them both.
Well, that's fine by me. It's your damnation, not mine.
Oh, you as well. I didn't see you there. I thought it was Father Anton with me here.
Oh, I am no father.
Oh, well, slip of the tongue, old
That is
man
okay,
here.
I am just a common man as you.
We're going to need a whole bunch of mash whiskey, I guess.
That'll be a copper for each mash whiskey you want, but the spoon bread is complimentary. It's a festival right here. It's a Corn Harvest Festival, so here you go. Here's a nice helping of spoon bread for each and every one of you. He uses this big ladle-type spoon to pot a big helping in these little wooden bowls. And it's just, as you all come up, he's just lopping it all up and just passing it out. And that spoon bread is complimentary now. You all just go ahead and just eat this spoon bread down. It's so yummy, good, good, good. But it'll be a copper each for the corn mash whiskey.
And but Cleavon, he will produce a gold piece and palm it to the gentleman and say, "Oh, you keep the change. I'm sure it's worth it." And he'll start diving into the food as well and the drinks.
Oh, you is most generous, good sir. I did not know that we had such nobility around here. Let me tell you, they don't have folks like you no more. Oh, God bless you, sir. Lysander bless you, sir. As he looks over at the Father Jacob and sees the senior around there. He's like, oh, yes, Lysander bless you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bless, may he bless you as well. I appreciate the bread.
Okay.
Now,
Onyx will tell him he appreciates the offer for the corn whiskey and the spoon bread, but with his delicate condition, he doesn't think that it would settle well with his stomach at this moment.
What, the sour mash corn mash whiskey? Well, that's fine. It's not necessarily for everybody. It does pack quite a kick. I've even seen some dwarves comment on it from time to time, saying how good it is. But the spoon bread, you gotta try it. It's yum yum.
I've been feeling poorly here lately, and I don't know if that's the best thing for me. I don't want to make a scene at your grand festival here with vile eruptions.
Yeah, yeah.
They
So,
may they
how
may
about you not make a scene? You go ahead and eat that cornbread. That spoon bread. My bad, spoon bread.
That's fun, bro. Well, we'll think on it.
Yeah. Excuse me. This is not an option. If you don't eat that, we gonna have a problem.
Cleavon's looking at Onyx's sweetbread, spoon bread, and he's like thinking about just jumping on it and eating it himself, but he's still focused a little bit on the food he's eating currently.
Before we eat anything, let us all pray.
Huh? He's hanging out of his mouth.
As you wish, there, good father. What's your name there, father?
My name is Jacob.
Ah, yes. As you wish,
I
father.
can,
Jacob. Everybody bow your heads.
I will lead this prayer. It will be quick. Remember, strive always to aid, to foster new hope, new ideas, and new prosperity for all humankind and its allies. It is a sacred duty to foster new growth, nature-growing things, and work for rebirth and renewal. Enjoy your meal.
Gulp.
And
For renewal.
this will take about 10 minutes if you don't run away, and those who don't run away will be getting some additional temporary HP from my feet, in case you want it.
Oh, leadership?
No, it's the what is it called again? The inspiring leader.
Oh, yeah.
But it takes 10 minutes though. So if people run away, they don't get it. But if you don't run away, you get six temporary hit points.
Cool.
Hey, bonus, right? Okay, as soon as, let's say 10 minutes you go along eating it, but as soon as everybody can go ahead and get their temporary hit points, but as soon as you bite into the spoon bread, Jacob, you are suddenly hit with this painful, racking vision. And just in flashes and glimpses, you can see children being sacrificed, knife plunging into a child, screaming, blood flowing down into the soil at the feet of the corn, nourishing the corn. And you can feel the anguish and the fear and the fright.
I receive visions through this food. This meal brings visions to me. There's something horrible going on here. I see children being slaughtered to water the corn with their blood. What's going on here? When he looks over at the guy who gave him the bread, which also, by the way, would get the 6 temporary hit points if he stayed through the fray.
That's okay. He's nothing but a peasant. He'd be like, "Oh, come on now, that's nonsense. I've heard that crap before. Every once in a while, somebody comes around here and claims that they've heard something about slaughtering kids, feeding the blood of the soil for the corn, yada yada yada. I hear that all the time. They come over there with pitchforks and torches over at Old Mary, and they have some of her spoon bread, and everything's just fine because it's good." And
Jacob will
everybody
look
go
over
ahead and
at
give
him,
me a...
and he will cast the thaumaturgy spell to make his eyes flare up in light and his voice be 3 times as high as normal, and he will scream to him, "Peasant, do you accuse me of lying?"
Go ahead and give me a intimidation check with advantage.
And while this is going on, Onyx will go ahead and use his sleight of hand to go ahead and palm that bread and have it and put it into his pouch.
Okay.
So let's see here. That would be a 13 for a sleight of hand check.
That'll definitely... Well, I mean, Others,
That-
actually, you would be there will be several folks of your group that will notice, but most of the people are not really paying attention to you, especially with this guy being loud and everything. They're more attention paying to that. So you got it and you smushed it in there. But just FYI, spoon bread is not. The bread is a bit of a misnomer. It's very mushy, almost like
11 for the intimidation check with
Okay.
advantage.
really. God, Dice Stream sucks. He's not intimidated. He's like, I'm not necessarily accusing you of lying, sir, as much as I've heard this crap before, and I don't know what comes into people's heads. You know, they think all sorts of crazy things, but that is not what's going on here. Happens all the time. Somebody comes in. So, your misconception is understandable, yet still a misconception.
Didn't you just tell me about children disappearing in this town?
I didn't. Maybe the sheriff over there, maybe he did, or somebody else. It happens. Kids run off.
I think there's something strange going on here. Well, thank you for the bread. And he will wrap it up in a piece of cloth and put it into his pocket without eating anything more.
And after that conversation, Cleavon, he'd be letting the food drop from his maw and no longer be eating it, but he'd get the third shot in finally and set it down and stand up from the table.
I don't know about it. Now, what y'all don't understand here is this is not optional. Everybody here eats the spoon bread. This is what we do. You eat the spoon bread. The spoon bread is good. Eat that or we have a problem.
Onyx will go ahead and use his awakened mind ability and say into this character's mind, why are you being so confrontational?
The hell? Oh my God, y'all crazy! I hear voices in my head. Y'all witches! I swear. You'll notice that a group of the townspeople are gathering around now, especially after the loud thaumaturgy booming voice thing. And you can see the tone of the villagers has gone from merry to, yes, confrontational, as a matter of fact. The villagers are all like eyeing you suspiciously and looking at you weird. And he'll be like, now, I done told y'all, this is what we do. You eat the spoon bread. Spoon bread's good. We all eat the spoon bread every year. We like it. It's good. Y'all have to also, or else we're going to have to ask y'all to leave.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Tony?
I was just going to tell you real quick, while all this has been going on, Wisdom is still 30 foot away from his group of people in the crowd, but he took notice that the priest, that Jacob doing what he's did, so he's turned back, he's watching them, but he's not approaching them. He's staying a good 30 foot away because most of the townspeople probably don't know he's with them yet.
The thaumaturgy is kind of equivalent to the Gandalf, do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks thing. It's very loud, it's very booming, it's like he had a megaphone just yelling at the dude. Everybody is aware. Everybody is looking at Father Jacob now, primarily.
Yep, so I'm just staying 30 foot away watching my group in case something goes down.
And Onyx will say, calm down, my good sir. As you can see, I've already ate mine. It's gone.
All right. If you've eaten your spoon bread, then why are we still having an issue? Aren't you happy? Don't you like old Mary, too, and think she's got the best spoon bread ever?
Oh, she's just
We all
wonderful.
do. We ever have any doubts about it, we just eat some more spoon bread and renews our faith and belief.
And Onyx will ask, does she do the doctoring around here? Because, like I said, my frail constitution, I'm feeling a little poorly. That maybe she could help me out.
Well, she doesn't really do much doctoring or anything. She just pretty much hangs out at her old cottage there in the northern cornfield.
Do you have a healer around?
Yeah, we got an old, yeah, Myra. Myra lives over by there. You can go see Myra if you want. She can touch you up real nice.
Okay, and Onyx will take note of that and try to get a tighter coordination of where Myra's place of domicile is.
Okay, yeah, she point over there. She over yonder, over there.
Strange
pointed at-
man. What do you mean by healer? Is she some kind of witch?
You know, we've heard that Myra's a witch too. It happens all the time. Like I heard back in Waco, there was something about some zombie fetus thing going on, and I don't know, maybe.
I'm starting to dislike this town. And he looks over at his party and say, "Are you sure we should stay here? Shouldn't we just move on? Looking for these kids."
Well, yeah, I do got a full stomach now. Ready for anything, really.
Oh, did you eat all the spoon bread?
I imagine he probably, ate that first, but if
Give
there
me
was, he left just a little extra stuff probably laying around. But yeah, all the sweet bread would have been the first thing he ate with the shots.
Give me a DC 11 wisdom save, then, please,
All
sir.
right. Oh, I got a crit. I got 20.
As you're eating it, the good warmness, fullness of your belly was yummy and good and everything, but then you're like, you know what? I feel something trying to mess with my brain. And so you managed to fight it off, but you did feel like there's a hint of something magical going on. Like something was trying to influence your thought patterns on this. The warm fuzziness that you're getting from a full belly was infecting you in your brain, but you managed to cut that down and be like, this is something more than just a nice full belly. It's vile sorcery going on here.
So, I guess Cleavon would pipe up. He'd clutch his belly and bring his fingers over it, rake it almost, and he'd say, leaning over his shot glasses, "Oh, I think I feel something reaching out, trying to cloud my mind, and it's more than just the whiskey, I believe." But I better be sure about it. I better get some more shots of this mash whiskey and figure this out. And maybe another sarsaparilla.
Okay, that'll be a copper for the sarsaparilla. And if spoon bread's free, by all means, y'all want more spoon bread, y'all can have the spoon bread. Spoon bread's like complimentary. You gotta have at least a bowl, but you can have more.
And I suppose he'd have another one of those shots, and he'd say, "Well, after contemplating with the spirits, I think it might just be the spoon bread, fellas." As he looks back to his group, the people that are assembled around the food court stand booth.
Well, maybe you ought to go with me to the healer.
Yes, I'd like to go check in on Myra and Mary before we leave town, I think.
Notice Myra and Mary. Love that.
What's the tune of the villagers now that are around the group? Have they calmed down, or are they still?
They seem a little less agitated, especially after noticing some of you eating the spoon bread, but they're still wary of the group in general.
Okay. Well, Wisdom's going to go ahead and approach the back of his group and, gentlemen, what seems to be the problem? Are they giving you some type of problem?
Yeah, they just want us to eat their bread for some reason. They keep insisting.
Does this guy reach out with a bowl of bread to me, Michael?
Yeah.
And when he does, I just grab it, turn it upside down, and dump it on the ground and say, "I've already told you once, I don't want any of this."
Oh.
I think it's for the best, friend. There might be something in that sweet spoon bread.
And Wisdom never looks at you, Cleavon. He just looks straight ahead towards this guy.
And as you dump it out, the guy will look at you and be like, "That's just downright unacceptable. That's rude. I swear, somebody give you something, you just pour it out on the ground like that. Why don't you just be off? Why don't you just go get out of here? We don't need your kind right here if you want to act like that. Go before we call the law over here."
The law. There is no law.
In the back of his mind, he hears the voice again say, "Go ahead, call the law. We call your bluff."
All right. Hey, come over here. My God, I didn't give this guy a name. I didn't think he was going to come to this. Come over here, George. Sheriff George. And the sheriff will come over and he'll be like, "Well, what seems to be the problem here, fellas?"
He stole our money.
Oh, come on now. You didn't steal anybody's money now, did you, Roderick? Now,
He
come
got a
on.
gold piece in his pocket.
Oh, Roderick, you steal their money. Well, I did not. I didn't steal nothing. That boy
And he-
right there, he
For a
dumped
whole
out this.
gold for a little bit of spoon bread. This is supposed to be complimentary. It says on the sign, free.
And he
It is.
talked bad about our mothers.
Now, I know old Roderick, and I've dealt with him for a while, and he may be anything. He ain't no thief.
Well, yeah, just as soon let it go if bygones be bygones.
But what's besides that? What's the issue here? I'm sure he didn't do that. And Roderick will be like, "No, Sheriff George, that boy right there," and he'll point over at Wisdom. He took some of my spoon bread, refused to eat it, and just dumped it out on the ground. I think that these folks just need to go.
At
Uh,
that point, Wisdom looks towards George and says, "I'm sorry. Can I have another bowl, please?"
If you're willing to eat a bowl of this spoon bread, and then you'll understand why Myra spoon bread is the best in the world. It's kind of a thing here. Then I'm willing to let this drop if you're willing to let this drop too, Reginald. And Roderick will be like, "That's fine as long as he eats the spoon bread. Waste not, want not, though. I say you make him eat that crap he dumped on the ground."
Does he hand me a bowl?
No, give him a fresh bowl. We're not going to be that cruel. Just because he has no class doesn't mean we don't. Here's a bowl. He'll hand you another full bowl of spoon bread. Now, if you eat that, sir, you're more than welcome to continue here in our little festival. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take you to jail.
I take
Now,
that
George-
bowl and turn towards I go over to the sheriff and look at him. I look him in the eye, turn
He's
the bowl
right there in
up,
front of you.
I dump it on the ground and look at him and say, "No one can force another man to eat something they don't want."
Well, yeah.
And I'm trying to intimidate him.
All right, give me an intimidation check.
Let's see, 14.
14's not going to do it for a sheriff in his town.
Now,
He is not intimidated.
Sheriff George, now, does your town abide by besmirching another man's mother? The sainted visions that gave me birth? He called her a gnome.
Well, you see, we don't take kindly to that either. But at the same time, I know Roderick, know what he is, and y'all strangers, I don't know you, but I do know this man right here just dumped out Myra spoon bread on the ground, littering. It yeah. You go into jail. I'm gonna give you one chance. You go to jail, or else y'all leave. It's up to you.
At that point, Wisdom pulls out 2 daggers and says, "You're going to have to take me the hard way. I'm not going to jail."
Oh, shit.
Hold on, I'll eat a little more of that sweet spoon
Just
bread.
FYI, there are
Actually.
probably about 50 villagers or so around. Just FYI.
You all take it easy now. Nobody's going to jail, and nobody's going to throw daggers at anyone. And he looks over at Wisdom. Let's take our leave. Apparently, we're clearly not wanted in his town. I suggest we go and look for these poor children. They probably made them into this bread or something horrible.
I told you, that's just all vicious rumors. Those kids done run off. Ain't nobody had nothing to do with that around here. We good folk.
And
Sheriff, Sheriff, would
Cleavon's
you?
going to run to the wagon to drive it if that's what the chest is in, but he's going to eat another sweetbread that's out as he goes. Should I give you another wisdom check? He wants to know for sure if it's the whiskey or the sweetbread.
Okay, go for it.
While he's doing that, Michael, I look straight at the sheriff still, and I glance at the priest, and I look back at the sheriff and go, "It's best. The Father has great wisdom today. It's best that we do what he says. We don't want anyone's blood to spill on top of this spoon bread."
I like that, Entendre. He'll be like, all right now, I agree. I don't want to have to hurt you.
And I rolled a 15 and it goes to 17. So he's still not sure, I think, unless I did fail with the 17.
Well, I mean, the crit lets you know that there's something about the warm fuzziness of this.
But he
crit.
did just have like 4 or 5 shots, so he's a little augmented.
You made it. Once again, you feel it's like, as you're eating the bread, you do feel the same thing, a warm fuzziness coming up from the nice full belly and the sweet tasting spoon bread. But it beat it on down back out of your mind and be like, this is different than normal full belly stuff. There's some sort of magic going on here.
So he'll double down to his comrades. Yeah, it's definitely the bread. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. And he's raking his belly again.
The Onyx will go ahead and on Sheriff George use Awaken Mind and just leave the message in his mind in your dreams.
Well, what witches are here? Speaking in my mind, sorry for even welcoming you all into this town. Y'all just go ahead and get now.
Anton will turn and head north. He would just take off walking slowly and see if the group follows and if anything happens.
Yeah.
I do, but I've got my back towards you and facing the sheriff with my dagger still in my hand.
And Cleavon would continue slowly in the same direction.
And Onyx will follow on out, but as he goes on out, his right hand is placed upon his staff, and his left hand will start glowing just faintly a blue color.
Blue color?
Michael?
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the town?
The town was McKee.
Thank you.
Better to wash your boots of McKee than ever once.
And would the where-to-go be in a small wagon, or is that something that Cleavon would be carrying, like a big trunk?
No, it'd be in like a wagon, like a cart, probably just a two-wheeled cart with a...
So yeah, definitely. Cleavon would be just right behind Anton, but following very slowly with the cart.
Y'all could have a mule or something if you so desire to help pull the cart. That would be fine.
We'll
The
have
dwarves
an
would
ass.
have provided it.
The last thing Jacob will do in town is to look at the sheriff and say, George, may Lathander have mercy on your soul. You will need it. And using thaumaturgy again, he will start to speak to the villagers of the town.
Megaphone.
Good, yeah, megaphone style. Good people of Maki, turn around. Do not follow these people. You still have a chance for. What's it called? Like
Redemption.
redemption. Thank you. And he will just turn around and walk away after his party members.
The villagers will gather around and kind of close in a circle of ranks of the town square as you all leave, forming a solid thing. Look at you, you'll hear some boo, boo from time to time. You are leaving, as some people will be like, "Oh, I'll be gone with you. You all suck. Myra's the best. Yeah." Also, you'll notice, for the first time that you are suspicious about everything, you will notice the one weird thing about this little town on the Key that is not present in almost every other festival. There are no children. Everybody there is over the age of 18 years old. That y'all are suspicious of it. And so, what would you all like to do after that? The town is surrounded by cornfields in this small little valley, with the road cutting between it.
Did he point in a direction for the witch?
What witch?
Well, they said
The
Myra
most
gets called a
likely
witch
nice
sometimes.
woman that Jacob assumes is a witch because she was
the
talked
healer?
about as a healer. Yeah.
The healer, she lives in town. Let's just say she lives on the outskirts of town, so on your way out, not the way you came in, one road through this whole valley. Say she lives farther up, and you can find Myra there if you'd like to go see Myra.
Yeah, I suggest we see the witch on our way out.
Says she's a witch.
That sounds agreeable, Father Jacob. And Cleavon would bring the horses in step to, or the ass in step to do so.
Okay. So y'all travel out of town a little bit, and you leave the sounds of the festival behind you. And you see the little hovel with the little cat standing in the window, and that's what they were when they gave you a description. They're like, she's down on the road on the right. You'll know it because she's got a little cat that always sits out on the front porch and everything. Tell you the cat's name's Mittens. Y'all knock on the door and you'll hear a voice from inside. What y'all want? I told you I wasn't going to that Spoonbread Festival again.
Nobody's asking you to go to any festival. Come out here and explain yourself.
No. Now, the last guy who came up here started banging on my door, got turned into a toad. Mittens ate him. So, unless you'll all leave me alone, y'all afraid of me. You don't want none of this, and I don't want none of you, so you just go on, eat your spoon bread, be fine. I ain't gonna touch it.
Did you say turn into a toad? Are you some kind of witch?
He got better. Great.
Answer me, woman.
Torches
Are
again.
you a witch?
I ain't no witch.
Well, come out here then. We're looking for the missing children. Have you seen any children?
Oh my God, missing children. That's all everybody comes to me about. Missing children, missing children. Oh, it's all Myra. There's a kid missing somewhere. Go grab your pitchforks and your torches. Go see Myra. Chase her out of town. Am I going to get chased out of this town again? I swear to God, I ain't never... I'm going to live outside in the woods. I ain't ever staying in a village again. Buy a house, get chased out. I swear. What's wrong with you people?
In a normal village, I would think that was a good idea. But in this village, I'm not so sure.
Y'all ever notice that there ain't no kids at that Spoonbread Festival?
Oh yeah.
Y'all notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't do it.
Do you got something for a sour stomach?
I give you this. If I give you something for a sour stomach, y'all go leave me alone.
Well, it's a possible.
Is she still inside, Michael? She hadn't come out
Yes.
yet?
She's yelling out the door.
Okay, I'm gonna approach and towards the Father Jacob and Onyx and say, "Watch this," and you'll see me mess up my hair and change my appearance, and I'm gonna say, "Good lady, I bet you make some of the sweetest tea around. I bet it's as good as my grandma used to make. Do you have any made today?"
Yeah, I always got some sweet tea up in here. It's better than your grandma's too, let me tell you.
Well, I
Young
bet it is.
whippersnapper
I
ain't
bet
learned
it
how
is.
to make
Why don't
tea.
just open up? We've been on the road traveling. We're all dusty and thirsty, and
Yeah.
I guess I'm using performance to try to get her to open the door.
Give me a persuasion check.
Hot dog, Nat 20.
Well, I suppose. Y'all come on in.
And I just turn back towards Jacob and Onyx and kind of give them a quick wink. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You're a fine looking young man.
Oh, well,
Why
thank
don't
you.
you
Thank
come
you.
on here, take some feet off? I swear. By the way, you eat any of that spoon bread?
Well, the easiest answer to that would be no.
I ate a few helpings of it. It wasn't agreeable at all, though.
Well, you there, Wisdom, you more welcome. You stay out there for a minute. Gotta check see if you right in your head.
I'm
has
on the
this
donkey. Thank you, though.
has this crazy effect on these people. And suddenly they all thinking I'm a witch instead of the real witch.
Like what kind of effect on folk?
Well, I ain't one to gossip or anything, but I
Oh,
just
we're not saying you are.
but I heard, and I sent Mittens out to investigate because when I first came to this town from Waco, I was accused of being a witch, killing kids, stitching them together, making a fetus zombie monster out of it, all sorts of craziness. As it turned out, it was the local lord, because he was being controlled by Braden Jar. Can you believe that bullcrap? Anyway, so I moved over here after being chased away by some folks with, they hired in with pitchforks and torches. And came here, and then suddenly I just noticed there ain't no kid around here. Very few of them. Some, live out in the outskirts. There's few kids, though. Not many at all, because I used to be a midwife back there. That's what I did. And, every once in a while you hear some rumor about some kid going missing, and then quickly, they show up at another corn festival, and they all eat that spoon bread, forget all about it. So I sent Mittens out. See my Mittens, my kitten? Sent her out to the cornfields where I knew one of the few kids in this area lived. And we kept watch on that. And then suddenly we noticed one of those things just came up, and one of those things they build in the cornfields came up, and kid came out, crept up out of his window, went into the cornfield at night, would have lost almost everybody else in the world, can't track nothing through those cornfields, but Mittens. He was chasing after a crow or some bird that came to his window, chasing after this crow, chasing through the cornfield, and then all of a sudden, Mittens said something in the rows. Something in the corn rows just killed him. He wasn't sure either. Next thing you know, Mittens looking around. He found the body being drained of his blood, and ain't nothing else in that cornfield but scarecrows.
Huh. And they built these things in the cornfield, huh?
Well, scarecrows. What else are they going to do? Chase crows, right? A lot of good that does now, didn't it? A crow done led that boy out. I swear, you can see them all the time sitting out there, whole flock of those crows, pecking at the corn, sitting on the scarecrows. They, poking around the houses. I swear, I don't know why they build these scarecrows. They don't work at all. Freaking crows all over the place. Bird crap everywhere. Mittens though loves it. She eats her one every once in a while.
Onyx will try to see if he believes she's telling the truth.
So anyway, sure, go ahead, give me an insight check.
Oh, that's not too good. That's a 9.
You have no idea.
All right.
Maybe,
Hey, Michael,
maybe not.
Can I help him? Because during this time, I've been trying to look around her house to get a sense of what's in her house and stuff. Do you mind if I help him and give him advantage on insight?
Go for it. Does anybody have any Arcana skill?
Arcana?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have any Arcana skill, just glancing around in the house and such like that, you'll find various potions and unguents, eye of newt, bat wings in a jar, very sundry atypical witch stuff.
Okay.
Which also, since you asked about an unguent for your sour stomach, she will be digging around as she's telling you all this gossipy stuff. She'll be digging around in a cabinet type thing, and eventually she'll find a little bottle and be like, "Here, now you try this. You eat this down, and it'll settle that stomach up real nice."
All right. On that insight advantage roll, he got a 17 on the second roll.
Man, she's telling you everything truthful as she knows.
Okay. Okay.
After digging around a little bit, I find out this spoon bread festival, which seems like it's been going on for years and generations and such like that, is actually not that old. In the town records, I was thinking around in there, and apparently this spoon bread festival only started about 20 years ago, about the time that Mary lady showed up on the outskirts of town. She just moved in one day. It's in the town records right there. She paid bar gold for that and a plot of land that she lives on. She grows her corn. Everybody around here grows corn. I don't know what it is. And they started. She's the one who petitioned the city to have a festival for the corn, and started giving away her spoon bread. Since then, she's been like, everybody love her. Her spoon bread's the best. Screw Myra. I bet we ought to take some pitchforks and torches to go burn Myra out. I swear, it's her. It ain't me. It's her. Just 'cause she's younger. I swear. That's what happens all the time.
Oh, she's just
What?
younger, huh?
What did you
Look at me.
call this woman?
Huh?
What did you call this woman?
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah, I'm Myra. That's
We
Mary.
need to have a. I think we need to have a chat with Mary then.
Y'all go for it. Just be careful. I swear. Mitten said that while he was trying to chase that kid down through the woods, chasing that crow. I mean, through the woods. Yeah, through the cornfield, chasing that crow. Mittens could tell something moving around there, but he couldn't find anything. So, just be careful. And the crows, let me tell you, they have eyes. They see things.
Are you talking about Mary's field that Mittens was chasing the bird?
Could have been. Could have been. Well, Mittens was following the toddler who was chasing the crow. Sent Mittens to go check on and see what was going on. And that's what Mittens saw. None of y'all freaked out over me talking to a cat? Well,
No, I
Wisdom.
see it.
God bless your heart.
I see
Cleavon's
it
out
live.
front talking to a donkey.
I'll tell her, I've seen a lot of old ladies talk to cats and dogs.
Yeah, but anyone ever tell you they heard from their cat something was going on?
Well, you know, they don't swing center plumb all the time.
So you probably think I'm some crazy old bat too now, don't you?
Well, I'm not saying you're center and plumb.
Jacob has been somewhat persuaded that this Mary woman is a real witch, and that this old woman here, Mara, has just
Myra.
got like the accusations. Myra, yeah, has got the accusations from the villagers, and yeah, he when she's speaking about talking with her cat, he just assumes she is a bit crazy, like a old crazy person. But he doesn't say anything after she like showed up and started explaining herself. He's just looking at her, and you can see his eyes are almost blank as he's thinking about something else.
And Onyx would go ahead and use Awakened Mind on Wisdom and say, I think we ought to burn Mary's cornfield.
At the mention of the ravens or crows, Wisdom would have set his glass of tea down and looked at her and said, thank you. You were correct. That is some of the best sweet tea I've ever had. And at that point, he's going to go out front around our yard, look towards Cleavon at the wagon, and look around, and I want to do perception to see if I see any crows or ravens hanging around watching us.
And Cleavon's just having a discussion with the donkey, singing a song too, probably. Feeding it a carrot.
Modified 20, Michael, on that
Ignore
perception.
that picture. Yeah, don't need to roll, man. Yeah, you can see crows here and there. They you know, there are birds around. Some of them are crows.
And when the rest of the group comes out from our house and all that, I'll kind of, you know, hopefully make them get the hint by looking up in the trees or whatever to see them without saying anything.
You know, just kind of nudge your head this way, that way. Look,
Yep.
there's a crow here, there's a crow there.
So they'll see them.
What's my favorite crow voice? Yeah. And they'll get up and fly away, you know, just doing crow stuff, bird stuff. They're not really acting suspicious or anything. But there are crows here in the barren. So, what's next?
Onyx, I thank Myra for the little potion for her stomach, and out of appreciation, he'll go ahead and leave her a copper.
Ooh, a Hulk?
I
I
I
think we only
suggest.
got the first part where he said, "Oh, a whole cop," and then it cut out. But it sounded really good.
Ooh, a whole copper coin. I swear, I'm going to move on up to the east side now. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, I'm rich. Rich, bitch. Whoa.
I
But just
I
FYI, the
su-
stab does calm your stomach. If it weren't upset to begin with, it's like suddenly you can just feel the acid blocking her down. It's just, man, this is the best freaking Tums you've ever had, or whatever. It works. She's a healer.
All right.
Got the
All
healer,
right.
at least.
I suggest we head over to Mara's house, and if possible, avoid going through town. They're crazy inside.
Cleavon would nod in agreement to the directions, and as it's getting later in the day, he's going to put on his greatcoat, his fur greatcoat. It's black.
The
Wisdom
sun.
is
Go wisdom.
Wisdom approaches Anton and whispers just to him so no one else can hear it, and he goes, "Watch the crows. There's something to do with these crows and these ravens. Trust me."
Will do. I think you could be correct. There's something going on with the cornfields, I should say.
And he just nods in agreement.
Okay. As you all pass into the cornfields, it's the corn's 6 feet tall. Some of the fields are already cut down, obviously, with the corn fed, in which case it's just a big blank field with stalks lying on the ground, turning brown. You can see crows periodically landing and picking at things, trying to get the leftover seeds, picking over. Every once in a while, as you get near, they'll look up at you and go, "Caw, caw, caw," and fly away again. But the fields are still up. They're tall, 6.5 feet tall. If you stand up on your tippy toes, you might be able to see over the top a little bit, like going through really tall grass. The rows are really close together, so going one way is slightly possible, but going the other way is it's difficult terrain, so to speak. The visibility is near zero in the cornfields. The sun is starting to climb high in the sky and has climbed high. It was afternoon when you arrived in town, but it's now starting to get evening. It's still light. You can still see, but the sun is setting late and the shadows cast along over the tops of the cornfield. Y'all are making your way, every once in a while somebody will walk and knock a corn stalk down, but then as they pass over, it'll spring back to life and hit the person behind them in the face, just causing an inconvenience, and the crows are ever present and ever squawking at you.
So, do we have to leave the donkey behind for now? Or is that if we were to go on foot through the corn? Or is that what we're doing?
Yeah, there's no other way really, but the cornfields surround it. If you're not going on the road, which the road goes not towards Myra's at all, you have to walk through the cornfields anywhere outside town if you're not taking the road that goes from into the valley and out of the valley.
But because we can't leave the Were-de-Geld behind, can we? Or can we carry that?
It is a heavy check.
Oh, you just went muted, I think. Oh, you got somebody there.
You can carry the chest. It's fine. It's heavy, but it can be carried.
Onyx will want to try something on the edge before we get go into the cornfield too much. He'll try to start a small fire by a couple of those stalks to see if they'll catch a fire.
The ones that have been cut down, you can see that they're starting to dry. They will catch, and that would be a major fire hazard. But the ones that are still green and upright, I mean, you can burn them, but they're not exactly. They're wet crops. The bottom doesn't, but the top where the silks are, they flame and go pretty quick.
Okay, so pretty normal.
Yeah, yeah, completely normal corn if you'd like to inspect the corn, or at least by appearance, if you'd like to eat some. But the plants themselves are barely normal plants. Anybody like to maybe try some sort of ritual, detect magic, or anything?
About, no. Because the only thing I could do is Arcana, do an Arcana check, but that may not be really applicable.
Robin, do you have it?
No. I'm sorry, I just picked light-ish spells.
Fair enough. But the corn itself seems fairly normal. You can't even tell, like, crop circle corn or anything. There's no, like, symbols written into the rows, such like that. It's normal corn. However, if you are familiar with Arcana, there are many, many, many rituals involving blood sacrifice and harvests that does any number of things.
Yeah, he is familiar with Arcana, but really he wouldn't think about for what he was trying to do. He really wouldn't think about using that skill.
Michael, you said rituals.
Yes.
Would maybe a religious person know about some, to say, like evil rituals or dark rituals?
You'd have a cursory understanding, yes.
Could I try an Arcana to see if he has ever heard about something like that?
Sure.
I got religion, if you're talking about religion.
All right. That would
Yeah, it's
also
religion.
somewhat work.
So,
But
sorry, go ahead.
Anybody is with any Arcana or religion check would know that there are many blood sacrifice
Yeah,
rituals.
so
12 for me.
Okay, a 12.
Yeah.
And what'd you get, Joey?
6.
Yeah. There are many
Yeah.
rituals associated with blood sacrifice and harvest.
I wanted to go back and ask something about the where to go chest. The way I made Cleavon, he's got like almost no equipment whatsoever. He's got clothes and his great coat. Could he wear it like a backpack, sort of, like strap it on the where to go chest?
It'd be heavier than that. You could drag it through the cornfield.
I'll carry it, or I will help you carry it.
Cool. Because
I feel Anton would probably want to protect their money, though.
I don't think we can leave it by the road.
Chest full of silver probably wouldn't be the wisest thing in the world.
But cool. Cool, yeah, I'd take one side, man.
So y'all are making your way through the cornfield now. Can I get a standard marching order of like who would be the front, back, left, right?
Cleavon wouldn't be too worried about whether he's near the front or back or middle with the chest. He'd let the party form where they want around it.
I'm assuming you and Anton would be together. One of you carrying one side of the chest. Say one of you in the front, the other one in the back, with the chest in between instead of side to side because of corn rows. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I would assume since they're carrying the chest, that heavy chest, they'd be at the rear, but it doesn't matter anyway. Wisdom, if nobody else wants up front, he would probably go up front.
Yeah, I would think we'd probably be in the back, and I would be walking backwards and letting the older gentleman take the easier way.
Jake would walk whatever you guys like. Let him to be. He's not caring about that stuff.
Okay. And I just thought of something different, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Onyx will go up behind Wisdom.
Okay. And as you all come and break through one field of corn, you come into another field that has been cut down and is dry, and in the center of this field is a scarecrow with many crows looming upon him. Just squawking. And as you all break through the corn rows into this clearing of dead corn at your feet, the scarecrow turns and looks at you and descends, falls off his stick, and starts to approach you menacingly while the crows squawk and fly into the air.
How far away is he?
Let's go with, say, 50 feet.
That scarecrow works a little too well, if you ask me.
And he's
Onyx.
approaching you, so go ahead and everybody give me an initiative roll, if you would.
Let's see here. That will be a 17 for Onyx.
All right. Onyx with a 17. What'd you get? Let me go down my thing here. Cleavon.
13 with mods for Cleavon.
Cleavon with a 13. And then Wisdom.
16.
Wisdom with a 16.
15 for Jacob, plus 2 decks. Included, but if someone's at the same.
Jacob.
15.
And that leaves me with Anton.
14.
Oh my god. Alright. So, Onyx. What do you do?
Onyx will go ahead and shoot a Eldritch Blast at this walking abomination.
Okay.
Let's see here. He gets... And that's a 19 plus 5.
That'll hit. The walking
And
abomination.
let's see here. And we're talking... Yeah, all of 10 points.
Hey, that's not bad.
No.
As you look at it and it just blasts at you. I mean, you blast at it. What kind of damage is that?
That's force damage.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Onyx, when he does it, it's going to be a blue light that comes up from his left hand, and it'll be in the shape of a well, he'll shape it as a wolf jumping at it and biting at it and tearing at it.
Okay. Wisdom.
What can I tell real quick what kind of effect that had on it when Onyx did that?
It blasted a bit of I won't say flesh, but maybe straw out of it.
Yeah.
It punctured into it, and some of the straw came out, and it staggered for a minute, but then proceeded to keep walking forward.
Okay.
It did have an effect.
I'm gonna look over at the dwarf and go. I didn't figure the first bloodshed would be red. It's gonna be straw instead, and I'm gonna move my 30 foot, and I guess that'll put me within 20 foot of it, and use my assassin ability since he hadn't taken a turn yet and get an advantage on an attack roll. I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Okay.
And that'll be a modified 20 to hit.
That will hit.
And minimal damage, 4 piercing with the dagger.
That's your crit?
No crit. It's not a crit. Just
okay.
'cause we didn't surprise them, so it's just advantage on attack roll. Yep.
Okay. And that's 4 damage?
Yes, sir.
As the dagger sleeps into him, it also knocks some more stuffing out of him. As it cuts into, there's a slight leak of straw.
Okay.
Any other actions or anything?
No, I'm just going to stay there 20 foot away from him and let him come on.
Jacob.
He will, if just to make sure I didn't misunderstand, nobody's in close combat with this guy yet.
Not yet.
Jacob will walk in front of the crowd. He will reach his hand forward and he will say, "Feel the wrath of Lathander, you foul being." And I'll cast Burning Hands and aim it towards him and as much corn and crows and shit I can.
Well, he was 50 feet away.
Yeah, I will walk up
Yeah.
30 feet and cast it
Okay.
towards him.
Okay,
And
does
try
it have
to
a
like
range
it
of
as
20
much
feet?
as... I think it is, let me just check. I thought it was Burning Hands. No, it's a 15-foot cone. I thought it was a 20. Okay, then I'm probably not going to do that. It's going to be a Scorching Ray instead then.
Oh, okay. That has better range, right?
I hope so. Let me just clarify. Yeah, 120 feet.
Yep.
It's a bit better.
Are you going to move up also? I don't think it's going to matter.
No, just like in front of the others. So I'm
Okay.
not. So I'm standing in front. After all, I am their.
Spiritual leader.
Yeah.
He'd be okay with me, I guess.
Oh, all these good rolls. The first one is gonna be a total of 8 to hit.
Hey, miss.
Next one is 23, and last one is 13.
2 hits, sir. 2 of the rays scorch into him. The third one just misses completely.
13 fire damage.
And he goes up in an incineration, just completely, just starts to blaze and bloom and just completely aflame. Just it's this burning simber of embers, and the crows are circling. Anton.
So now you say he's burning, like, so does he look like he's pretty much done to me, or he's just taking damage?
He's completely aflame. He's like nothing to do but, avoid his flaming body, more or less.
Okay then. So as I'm walking backwards and I hear this and I'm pretty startled, and I'm going to pull out my sword and I'm going to step up towards up next to the priest, and I am going to just hold my action for an attack if I see that the scarecrow keeps continuing on or if he falls dead.
And whether or not Anton drops the box, that's what Cleavon's going to do. He's going to drop it.
Yeah, I think we would. I was startled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, just FYI, no movement, Anton?
Didn't the priest step up forward? I'm just going to step up there to the
Okay.
front.
Okay. And so then, Cleavon.
And Cleavon, seeing this, maybe not even a creature, but it's a blaze, and he's going to, the freshly dropped Were-de-Geld Trest, he's going to step back up onto it, and he's going to go, and he's going to shoot with his crossbow into the center of the flames.
Okay.
And he got 11 on the dice, and 15 is total.
The crossbow bolt slams into the burning torch, just fiery inferno that was the scarecrow.
Excellent. And so he rolled a 2, so that's +3. No, it's +2, so 4. Sorry, 4 piercing. And he keeps laughing into as he stares into the flames.
Alright, it is the scarecrow's turn, and he's going to fall and just continue to burn, catching some of the surrounding corn stalks that are on the ground burning. And then those swarms of crows that were flying overhead. One of them is going to swarm down on you, Onyx. And just they flying up in the air, and then suddenly they's in a row. All of them come and just swarm around you. You can feel pecking at your. What kind of armor are you wearing? None? Mage armor? What's the deal? How do you got such a cool armor class there, Onyx?
It's mage armor and a shield.
Okay. As they swarm around you and such like that, and just pecking and everything, you can bash off a few with your shield and just knock them out of the way, and the others just come and they go against and just get resisted by your armor for absolutely 0 damage. As you're surrounded by this swarming mass of crows, that are deafening cacophony of noises, but you take no damage from that. And Wisdom, pretty much the exact same thing as some of these crows just swarm around you and are just all around you, pecking at you, but you manage to not bash any off with your shield, but I'm assuming your armor, and you just nimbly just kind of knocking them away as they try to peck at you.
Yeah, all I got's leather armor, no shield.
Yeah. So no damage to you either. So back to the top of the order with Onyx. You are swarmed by crows.
Okay. And Onyx will. How close together are they? Because he's looking at.
Crows.
Yeah, the crows. How close as far as that swarm? Because he wants to.
They're all around you, like landing on you. There's like crows everywhere. Crows. They're right in my face. They're on me. They're around you. They're in you. Like if we were on a grid, they would be occupying your square.
Okay. And with shoot, I don't want to do that for those little peckers.
They do seem to have a malevolence intent and hive mind mentality. Like the way they were, you see flocks of crows all flying in turns. They're all together.
Can I, the lead crow, I'm going to shoot an eldritch blast at the lead crow.
Okie dokie doggy day.
And that will miss. That's all of an 8.
Yeah, they managed to just part. As you're being swarmed by crows everywhere, you point out, you do whatever symbol it is for your thing, and was it a wolf, you said?
Yeah, a blue wolf. Just went out.
Blue wolf comes and part out of the way as it flies off into the distance.
Yeah. And then what Onyx will do is try to come up to move up to Wisdom's back and try to position himself to cover Wisdom's back.
Okay, get back to back with Wisdom.
Yep.
Okay. Wisdom, it is your turn.
Yep. Standing there and with Father Jacob standing next to me and seeing this searing flame, and he shot out, and then hearing Onyx come up behind him, he's going to go, "I told you to watch those damn black birds!" He's going to take his dagger and slash at the group of them. At the same time, he's looking towards Father Jacob saying, "I don't think this is going to do much good. You're going to have to burn them." And that's definitely going to miss. So my dagger just slashes through air.
Okay. They don't have much armor class, just FYI.
Well, 7. I know a 7 ain't going to hit.
Okay. No, you swipe at them, they manage to just part like the Red Sea as you're swiping at them, but they're still just surrounding you, just cawing. The cacophony of noise is deafening, although you're not deafened.
Burn them, Father.
Swarming all around you. All right, Father Jacob, you are next.
He will point towards the crows and he will say, "Light a candle for the sinners, set the world on fire." And he will cast Sacred Flame on the crows. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
DC is 13, by the way.
And they fail it. This is the first time, just FYI, everybody, this is the first time I have seen Sacred Flame actually function.
Oh, it's gonna be 7 radiant fire damage.
Okay. On the one on, because they're kind of, just FYI, they're all together back to back against both Onyx and Wisdom. But which side are you more Sacred Flaming? Just FYI.
Onyx gonna be 1 to 10. Yeah, Onyx.
Okay. As the flame just kind of spurs, some of the crows fall dead at your feet on Onyx.
Begone, creatures of the night.
And then that will leave Anton. It is now your turn. Any movement or anything? I'm assuming you may want to get at least maybe near them, but how near do you want to be to your friends that are surrounded by crows?
No, I'm not going to move. I'm going to hear Wisdom calling out to burn them, and then as I see Father Jacob burn them, I am going to also cast Sacred Flame. but I'm going to cast them on Wisdom's side.
Side. Okay.
Yep.
That's another dexterity saving throw.
That is also a 13. So let's go for 2.
And once again, they fail. My God.
Yeah, buddy. That is 4 radiant.
Alright. A few more of the crows fall dead at your feet, Wisdom, on your side. And then it'll be Cleavon.
So Cleavon, his gaze turns from the flaming beast all akimbo ahead of him to his friends that are being swarmed by these birds, and a few of these birds are dangerously close to their heads, and he's going to take aim at those ones. And he's so he only got a 9 though, if that hits or not.
That still misses everybody as you're dangerously close, but not so dangerously close.
And he just sort of, rather than moving, he kind of dances to his laughter on the where-to-go chest as his turn plays out.
Okay. How close would you like to be to them?
Oh no, he's staying on the chest for just the 1 foot of vantage or height, if anything at all, or just
Okay.
to guard the chest, if anything else.
No, but if anybody steals this chest, I'll know about it because I'm standing on it. Okay. And so,
For sure.
Cleavon, it is now.
Definitely.
It is now their turn. Sorry, I lost my picture. I was messing around with something and I lost my picture. But they will continue to swarm around you. And they'll peck at you once again. And completely just, you manage to bat some up with your shield, and your mage armor helps Onyx to keep them from messing with you at all. But as you're wiggling away, Wisdom, trying to use your leather armor and just batting away at them frantically, you do feel some of their piercing things, just they get into you and they pluck at your eyes for 7 points of piercing damage as they finally land on your face and start piercing at you. And that will be it. So back up to Onyx. What do you do?
Well, Onyx, seeing this swarm and seeing the success of the Sacred Flame, he's going to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame on some of the swarm of ravens or crows.
Okay.
And his DC is 13 also.
And once again, my God, Sacred Flame is suddenly just on fire. Yeah.
Well, it's supposed
They
to
do
be.
not. They do not knock out of the way.
Huh. But they got lucky. 1 point of damage.
A crow falls dead at your feet. As you reach up and you cast your Sacred Flame, as soon as you cast it, instead of the flame leaving or going anywhere, there's a crow right there at your hand. It just takes all that damage in and falls at your feet. As you destroy one crow with that.
Onyx will say, "There, that'll teach you, you foul carrion eater."
Wisdom, your turn.
Yep, I'm going to kind of snip back and jump back at these things snapping at me, and I'm going to try to get one with my dagger. And let's see, 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
3, 7, 9 damage. It's including sneak attack. 9 damage with the dagger, and then bonus action. I'm going to disengage. I'm going to look at Jacob and Onyx. Go. It's getting too hot up here for me. All this fire. I've got to get out of the way for a moment, and I'm going to disengage back 30 foot to where Cleavon is by the chest.
Okay, so you run back there, and as you slice your dagger through there, you get several of the crows, and just crow blood goes flying as they flop and feathers go, and then you run through there, and the crows are like, you run out of the way, back to Cleavon.
Yeah, when I get to Cleavon, I look at him and go, "Them little bastards hurt."
Jacob. Father Jacob, it is now your turn.
I clicked the wrong place. He will continue to burn them with a Sacred Flame. A new dexterity saving.
Okay.
DC 13.
Ah, finally! As the flame erupts from around the crows, they just manage to part ways this time and take no damage. Finally, they manage to do that.
You will see him getting furious and running towards them. And he
Okay.
will engage them if he can reach them.
Okay, you can be able to get to them. You'll be right there then. Anton.
I will cast Sacred Flame on the same group on Wisdom again.
Okay.
13 DC.
And they fail. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, right, fellas?
Alright, and that's 2 Radiant. And then I'm going to step up to the group, and then as a War Priest I can do a bonus action as a weapon attack, and I'm going to attack with my sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing for, that's a 14 to hit.
That'll hit as you slice into these crows.
And that does 9 slashing. And that will stay there.
Most of this crows are almost completely gone. But there's still quite a bit on old Onyx. But most of the crows that were on Wisdom when he ran away are now almost completely dead. Cleavon. Wisdom is now standing next to you by the chest.
Yes, as Wisdom falls back from the line, Cleavon he'll take one final shot, and then he's going to close the distance, and if he's within 30 of Onyx, he'll take a bonus attack on them as well. But first he'll take that shot with the crossbow from where he is.
Okay.
And he got a 9
you're near
again. so he probably missed that. The arrow whizzes by, I assume. But yeah, he'll take the 30 feet. And if he's close enough, he'll just swat with an open hand like he's swatting a fly almost. And he got 15 on the dice, so 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. And 2 on the D4, so 4 damage. With a monk-like swat of the air.
As you swipe your fist through, you manage to knock a couple of the crows, and they go flying off into the distance and land in the burning embers of the scarecrow that is now spreading. The fire from the scarecrow is now spreading through this field where the corn's been cut, this clearing of corn cutness, and the smoke is filling the air. That may explain why you're missing. It's starting to get a little smoky up in here. And then the swarm of crows that's still swarming around Onyx is just going to flutter and peck and chew, but there's some mystical force, and your shield just keeps bashing them out of the way as they try to peck at you, Onyx. And the one that ran away from Wisdom will, well, what the hell, Anton. And, come on, roll the 20 to hide dice. And we'll swarm around you, Anton, and enter your space. And just peck, and I'm assuming you're wearing some good armor, right? They can't get through it.
Yeah, I got, shit, I wrote it somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, scale now.
The point is, oh, really? As they peck at the scale and completely do not get through it at all. And so it'll be back to Onyx. It is your turn.
Onyx will go ahead.
Effectual crows.
We'll go ahead and cast Sacred Flame again.
I'm glad I lost the picture of these crows. They suck. But they make the saving throw.
All right. So you just see the Sacred Flame come on down from the skies, and they just part way. And I say, "Ha! You know to stay away from my power. Be gone, you little beasties."
Wisdom.
Yep, I see Cleavon take up and go into the action. I'm sitting by this chest by myself. Is the chest locked?
It is.
Well, I'd like to use my action since nobody's watching me and they're in this combat. If I want to use my action,
Father Jacob has the key.
Darn him! I'm just
But
gonna.
your skills are.
Yeah, I'd like to try to open the chest real quick. Is what I want to do.
Alright. Give me a thieves' tools.
19 and a 20. So,
Yeah.
nat
Yeah.
20.
You
Yeah,
open it.
I'm just going to open it up and grab it. I get, is it silver or gold?
It's the Ark of the
It's
Covenant.
silver.
You're dead.
Silver builds.
No, no.
And your face melts off.
Yeah.
It's a chest full of a lot of dwarf silver coins. They call them dwarven hammers. They got the silver coins with a hammer on them.
I just grab a couple of them, just a small handful real quick, close the chest back down, lock it, stuff them in my pocket, and bonus action, I'm just going to sit there and look around and observe by the chest.
10.
And Cleavon thinks I'm guarding the chest well.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got 10
Cleave on
coins.
his back is to you square.
Pretty
And
much
that's
everybody is paying attention to the crows.
Okay.
If anything, if the one person not looking at the crows would possibly be Onyx, who's in the field of crows at the moment. I'm not even really going to give you a disadvantaged perception roll to see that. Yeah, you got 10 silver coins, man.
All right.
Congratulations.
May pay for it later.
Jacob.
Jacob, well, would I be able to aim my burning hand so I didn't hit anyone else than the crows?
They are in the same square. Like if we were on a grid, they are occupying the same space as both Anton and Onyx. And you're not a evoker. All right. Well, you could get them both. You could get, or all four, both swarms of crows and those that are trying to feed off their eyeballs.
That's a pretty good deal. Hmm.
The good Lord already gave us 6 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Just let him take away 12 again.
Okay, that's a dexterity saving throw, correct?
I'll just go with the awful sacred flame then. I'm going to continue on the crows that attack. No, actually, I'm going to roll. Onyx is 1 to 10 again. It's going to be wisdom this time. The crows on wisdom.
Oh, well, they make it anyway. 19 on the die.
I'm done.
Sacred Flame, a wisdom saving throw?
No, I'm sorry, dexterity saving throw. But it's gonna be attacking attacking the crows on wisdom.
Oh, they're not on wisdom anymore. They're on Anton, but they made their saving throw. So, okay. Anton. Speaking of Anton.
All right, so I am going to step over to the ones attacking Onyx, and I'm going to slash at them.
You're surrounded by crows yourself at the moment.
Oh, they're attacking me now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, when Wisdom disengaged and fled, they went over to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's why I asked you about your armor, because they failed to hit your... There's one of the descriptive thing of what kind of armor they were attacking at.
But that's a 13 to hit with my sword.
That'll hit.
Alright. And that is 11 slashing.
Alright.
Yep, that'll finish my turn.
And the rest of the crows, as you slash out, and you kill so many of them that maybe there's a crow or two left alive from the swarm that was on you, and if so, they just fly away off into the distance, just go away, as just completely disperse that swarm of crows that was around you and killing most of them. There are dead crows at your feet, and smoke filling the air from the burning remains of the scarecrow. Cleavon. There are only crows surrounding your good warlock friend Onyx, who speaks in your head on occasion.
So, so Cleavon's going to let his crossbow go slack on its strap around his waist or shoulder, and he's just going to go forward, and he's going
really
to. Sorry.
It's getting really smoky. It'd be a disadvantage any kind of ranged attacks at the moment.
Cool.
The amount of smoke from the burning.
And yeah, he's going to just approach him, and he's going to take both hands and just try to do 2 attacks like that, squishing him with his hands. And yeah, you're going to take 1 attack and then bonus attack with the other one for a monk or whatever. So, geez,
Okay.
a 9 again on the first attack.
Miss.
And 18 on the second one. So I think he probably caught one there. And 4 blunt damage from his weapon,
Okay.
Engines of Death.
You managed to say roundhouse kick or something?
Well, he was like trying to crush him between his hands.
Ooh, you got just dead bird, all sorts of dead bird in your hand. Feathers and horribleness like that.
And he just
And
cackles as his turn ends.
The cacophony of crows around you, Onyx, is not nearly as deafening before now, as the swarm is extremely light in number. And finally, they manage to peck through your shield as you swipe away at them, but they manage to get around it this time for, hey, 5 points of piercing, approximately half what it would have been. They only do 1d6, since their numbers are almost dwindled to nothing. So they manage to peck around and go all up and down your arm, Onyx. And that would be their turn. It is now your turn, Onyx.
All right, well, that's 5 points of piercing,
Piercing.
attacking damage. All right, and that'd come off that 6 that we had a temporary.
Temporary hit points. And
Yep. So that'd leave me at 22. And Onyx will go ahead and cast Sacred Flame on him.
Okay. And they once again fail their saving throw. I've never seen Sacred Flame be as effective as this before.
And all right, we got a good score with that. 6 points of damage.
There's another good scarecrow in a cornfield picture. Alright, and this time as you do it, the rest of the crows are just burned alive and fall at your feet. And a few of them just disperse out, cawing away as they fly in various sundry directions away from you, cawing. You can see crows here and there at the edges of the clearing looking up and fleeing from this whole area. Caw, caw, caw. They go and the air becomes, as you can see through the blinding smoke from the heat of this fire, you can see crows just fleeing all over this cornfield. They almost blot out the sun, the amount of crows flying away.
And Onyx will holler at him, "Go tell your mistress we're coming for her blood and her soul, the evil witch."
Mm-hmm. And we are out of initiative.
Cleavon he'll saunter back to the lockbox, and he'll see Wisdom there, aloof, and he'll say, "Oh, Wisdom! I thought I'd see you dragging that halfway back to the wagon when I come back from the line."
Well, look here, knowing that Cleavon's eyesight's probably not as well as it used to be. Well, look here, I protected it, and he'll point towards the lock so he'll see that it's still secure and hasn't been messed with. Look at this, I protected it. No, nothing snuck up and got the lockbox at all.
We are truly lucky to have you in our service, Wisdom.
Oh, thank you so much. Now you and that good Anton, muscled up as y'all are, I know you can carry it on.
And then, yeah, Cleavon strains. And he lifts it up.
And just as he says that, Anton shows up and he's putting back his sword away, and he looks at Wisdom, and he's kind of like, "Wow, I guess they can do good sometimes, them rogues." And he helps Cleavon pick the chest back up and gets ready to take off.
And Onyx will go, "I think we better get out of here. This is starting to get a little stifling."
The flames are picking up significantly.
We just hot-footed before we get a hot foot ourselves.
Where's the good father? Did y'all leave the good father Jacob back?
Oh, I am here. How are you, my children? Are you feeling okay?
Yes, we should probably get going though before we burn up, don't you think?
I do
Yeah.
agree. The
feeling
flames are
good.
cleansing.
Onyx is saying he's feeling good, and he's moving right swiftly forward.
And Cleavon would be scuttling right behind him with the lockbox in hand.
Jacob,
Hey,
we're
Michael.
following you guys. Not keen to burn up
Yes.
yet.
Is this a good time we could take a quick battle break, please?
I second the
Yeah,
motion.
sure.
Okay, thanks.
Nobody freaked out over the big green dragon?
That's
Yeah,
why I
I'll
need
just
the
save
bio
it.
break. No, I'm just kidding.
Fair enough.
No. Go, I'll be
I
right
just
back.
saw the picture and decided to throw it up there. All
Yeah,
right,
just a
5
green
minutes, fellas.
dragon.
I assume it's the witch.
The day we're not all playing dwarves is a poison breath weapon. No.
Hopefully.
I see you're. No. Yeah, you're still here, Charles, correct? Or not?
I am here.
Oh. Hey, Robin, what do you think so far?
Oh, it's fun. I never actually fought a scarecrow.
Yeah, I always
uh,
thought that they were. Well, kind of didn't today either.
Yeah, it kind of died a bit fast. I mean, a crow seemed to be a lot more dangerous than a scarecrow.
Yeah. I always thought the Scarecrow was a pretty cool monster,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never ran with one before either. I wanted to give it a go this time. And, well, I mean, I still kind of want to give it a go.
I can't remember. I played some kind of game where there was a scarecrow that was like following after us. It was coming closer and going away and coming closer and going away every time we turned around. But at
Uh-huh.
the end of the day, we found out it was goblins disguised as a scarecrow who tried to sneak up on us. It was kind of funny. I actually
Oh.
thought we were going to fight a scarecrow, and it was like moving around in this weird way.
So I very well may run a Scarecrow again in another game. What do you think of the reappearance of Myra? Somebody asked about a healer, you know?
Every time I play a character who is like an more or less Inquisition character, the witch appears. I have a dead
Think
roll
about it,
in
but
every game with Mara. I am the burn the witch guy.
Crucial plot NPC. She has inquisitorial weapons that she's taken from former party members. No.
I used her as a character I was playing with in some of the Total Wars games before, and I really loved her. I loved her so much I decided to make a one-shot out of her that Robin played.
No, I don't mean to
And,
spoil anything, but if anybody watches Game of Thrones, but that picture kind of looked like the Red Lady in the latest episodes. That's all crone-like.
Okay. I
Anybody
haven't
watch them?
seen.
No
I
spoilers.
have not seen one episode of Game of Thrones yet.
You
I'm gonna be
haven't?
getting
now.
my friend's gonna be giving me, I think,
No?
an episode of it or a series or
I
season. Sorry.
advise you,
Is
Michael,
there?
to sit down on Friday
Yeah.
evening, hire like the HBO, like the streaming app thing for your computer or TV or whatever, and just watch
Yeah.
all the episodes. It's
Read the
very
book.
good.
Yeah. I've thought about.
Read the book.
You
So
can get
much
the app for free for a month, right?
The books are
And books
fantastic.
are always better.
Yeah, but for once, I don't second Tony because uh, I think I think the writer of those books like will kill all the characters at one point. So you will be so fed up if you have invested like many months in the books and he just
I,
kills everybody because he is such a nice guy when it comes to that point.
I think the only one he's going to let live is going to be Tyrion. I think Tyrion will be the only one to make it.
I think he has this kind of poll like who character do you like the most? And the one with the most votes he will just kill off in the next season.
I just need to find out. I don't want to do the app thing for a month just to watch all Game of Thrones. Eventually, I'll be able to find it like somewhere, like it'll be on Netflix or it'll be something. I don't know. Somebody will send me a link for here's how you can watch. Because some of them are like old now, right? It's been years.
But
Yeah,
the thing I said with Tony, I was just joking. A friend of mine has read the books, and he said they have taken some shortcuts. Like in season one, there is, according to him, a huge battle. What happens in the TV series is a guy gets knocked out and he wakes up after the battle. That's how they solve the financial part of that. It's kind of a like according to him at least, like the two towers kind of fighting scene, a huge battle. But in the TV series, the guy just get knocks out and wakes up afterwards.
Can't blame them for that.
There's one
Yeah.
scene that is just crazy. But not about from the book to the series. It's just in the show. They have King Robert out hunting, and the royal party hunting is like 4 people. Should be like 400 people with like a dozen packs of dogs fleshing in the woods. And it's just 4 dudes out in the woods with sticks.
No, but I think actually some of the magic to the series is the guy writing it, killing off characters and stuff, because I have seen so many fantasy movies and series and whatever, so it takes a bit to surprise me. It takes a bit for me not to be bored of something after having seen 3 or 4 seasons. But I mean, when it's like, oh, of course they're going to win. It's like, okay, they like destroyed the entire country and killed all the main characters, and you don't expect that. It's actually surprising and kind of, yeah, it's kind of sad, but still interesting.
Okay. Everybody back now?
Yep, ready to go.
Okie dokie.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Yep, gotta go.
so, do y'all attempt to do anything to put out the burning remnants of a cornfield, the corn clearing, so to speak, the corn harvest field, where it's been cut already?
I think it's
Or just let it burn?
more pressing just to get further away from it. But Cleavon is not going to run off alone, though.
Onyx is just leading the way, stroking on out for all he's worth. In fact, if it means that he can get a little extra leg room to move on that, he will go ahead and change to a human size of about 6 foot to get that extra length to walk a little further and faster.
Okay,
The
so you're
the,
running from the flame. That's your idea, huh?
Oh, hell yeah.
The thaumaturgy spell says that you can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. I will make them a lot brighter for as long as it takes to like burn up the entire field.
Okay. All right. It'll
Except like
it'll
around
catch
us
flame
in the other
real
direction.
well. As you
I'm
all are
running up.
fleeing, it will engulf. Y'all can outrun the flame quite easily. You
Yeah,
ever
I'm
seen
gonna,
grass fire or
I'm gonna
burning
run up
field or
and try to
anything?
catch the dwarf.
Alright, so y'all managed to flee that area, and assuming you're heading towards where you were described that Mary lives, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's where we
Correct.
were routing for.
Spot on.
So you can easily outdistance the flame, and you're walking through another cornfield. You get out of that area into an actual grown cornfield where the growth is going on, and nobody's passive perception is any decent, so you all make it through there quite easily, and as you come out of the cornfield, you will see a slight cottage on the side of in the middle of another clearing. This one is not a dead cornfield clearing where it's been cut, but it's more of a grassy area coming out, and there will be a small little cottage there with fire coming from the chimney, and a woman, not an old woman, not a young woman, just a woman sitting in a chair on the outside, slightly knitting, looking up at the smoke in the sky coming from the area of the past the cornfields into a cut cornfield area, and looking at you all and being like, well, now, I heard from a little birdie that somebody was going around refusing to eat my spoon bread and burning down some cornfields. Will you all be the interlopers who've caused such a ruckus up here?
How far away is she?
20, 30 feet.
Oh,
She's just sitting in a chair.
okay. Hell. Yeah. Onyx will go ahead and cast Witch Bolt on her ass.
And while that spell's being issued, Cleavon's gonna pipe up. I had 2 helpings of your devil bread, woman.
20. Does 22 hit her?
22 will hit her. I'll allow this as a surprise attack because I am sort of surprised. And everybody's go ahead and give me an initiative roll. That will be the surprise round. Will be that because I'm surprised.
All right. And Onyx's initiative is a 14. I'll put that over in the chat.
Okay. And what would go ahead, Wisdom? What's your initiative?
Sorry, Mike, I was muted. 19.
19 for Wisdom. And Anton, what would yours be?
Well, did we just pop out of the corn?
Yeah.
Have we seen her?
He witch bolted
Because
her.
my back would have been
Yeah.
towards her. So, you want to still give it to me?
Yeah, you can have initiative. I mean, you can turn around. You'll hear her scream as this
Because
witch bolt goes.
I rolled a
You'll look around and be
19.
like, "What the fuck?"
So I got a
Alright.
21.
And you would have heard
Oh,
Cleavon
okay.
shouting that at her.
Cleavon, what's your initiative?
18 for this round. But if he gets acting surprised,
And-
he's just going to devote it to shouting what he just did.
Fair enough. And Father Jacob.
An impressive 7.
Father Jacob, peering up the rear. And go ahead, and how much damage does that witch bolt do, Onyx?
Since he's using his second level slot, it's going to go ahead and do, for this turn, all of 16 points of damage.
Hey, what type of damage is that? Just FYI.
Lightning.
Oh. Lightning's good. My God, I got too many pictures.
Yeah,
FYI. Alright, and as this lightning damage goes and just blasts into her from here, you'll see that this old, well, she's not old. I keep wanting to say old. This woman just disappears and changes shape into this hag-like creature, and she howls in pain and cackles with the agony and is like, "Y'all gonna die now!" As there's the picture of the night hag.
All right.
And that is lightning damage. Looking to see her. And so up in the first regular round will be Anton. What do you do? She is 30 feet away from you with this lightning bolt attached to her from Onyx.
So I'm gonna drop the chest again, and I'm going to turn around, and I am going to cast Guiding Bolt on it. Try to at least.
Okay.
It's a 12 to hit.
The guiding bolt just goes right past her and blows up onto her small little cottage, covering it in radiant fire glow sparklies.
And
Any other movements? 30
I'm gonna
feet you
pull
can
out
be
my
to her in this round.
sword, and I am going to stay there 30 feet from her. And protect the chest.
Okay. Wisdom. Somebody's protecting the chest. What do you do?
Just to rewind a few seconds, when Wisdom and Onyx first saw her, since we were up front, Wisdom had already walked about 5 foot in front of Onyx. He was going to approach her. He had his dagger in one hand, hiding it, and was just fixing to come out to say something. And all of a sudden, this streak comes by and hits her, and he's like, "Oh, change of plan." And you'll see this dagger come out of nowhere, and I'm going to be within 20 feet of her and throw this dagger. And it'd be a 16 to hit.
It misses. It goes right by her and sticks into the cottage behind her.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to try to, if there's still enough corn stalks or whatever next to us, I want to try to step over and hide if I can.
Oh, you can definitely run back into the cornfield.
Yeah, just
and,
on the edge of it. I
have
mean,
plenty
where
of
I can
movement to
still,
hide in there.
yeah, I just want to have,
Yeah.
where I can observe everything, but be standing next to some of them.
Okay. What's your hide check?
17.
As you disappear from everybody's passive perception into the cornfield again. Where'd he go? That coward, he's running away, I bet.
He's looking for a chest.
Okay. Cleavon.
And Cleavon takes his customary step back onto the chest, and he squats down, and he takes aim, and he just tries to hit this this hag, and he gets a 2 on the dice as she's being hit with this witch bolt from one of his comrades. But a 2 to hit with that bolt.
So I'm assuming you fired witch bolt also?
No, crossbow bolt. He's just shooting with his crossbow. And he just backed up onto the chest, and for now, that's his turn.
Okay. And it'll now be her turn. And as this lightning bolt is just smacking at her, she's going to be like, y'all going to die, and you're going to fertilize my field with your blood. And she'll reach out and point her middle finger at you as the witch's curse, Onyx, and 3 little glowing bolts are going to streak out and strike.
Say what?
Yeah, we heard 3 little bolts are going to strike.
Did I mute?
You're breaking up real bad, Mark.
Yeah, I might have muted, or it might be breaking up.
Oh, okay. You get 11 points of force damage as 3 magic missile bolts strike you. And is Witch Bolt a concentration spell?
Yes, it is.
Give me a concentration check, DC 10, if you would, please.
All right. That's a 13.
That is a make. And so it is now and she will also use her movement to run all the way up to you, Onyx, and she will be in melee with you. And everybody else is pretty much standing around, too, in that area, so she's no longer by the cottage, but right there by the edge of the cornfield in front of you, Onyx, cursing your name.
Okay, and she'll take 22 points of damage as another lightning bolt hits her.
And I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't can't hear me.
No, I hear you.
Okay, she'll take 22 points of additional points of damage from another lightning bolt hitting her.
Okay. Is that an action or is it just
That's
something?
that's part of the original spell, and that stays as long as she stays there. That goes on for up to
She
a
shouldn't have
minute.
run towards you. She should have ran away to break the range of the witch bolt. But hey.
Yep. And then as a bonus action, he's going to go ahead and cast Misty Step and go 30 feet behind her.
Say back towards the cottage or into the cornfield. Your choice.
I'll say back towards the cottage from where she came from. That way I got good visibility of her, and it's within the 30 feet.
Okay. Father Jacob.
Yeah. Is she in melee with me?
She is.
So she engaged
She's not
everyone?
technically in melee, but she was engaged with that guy. He Misty stepped, which means no opportunity attack. But I mean, she's within like reach of you, easily. Like you could reach out and touch her, but I wouldn't consider it melee. But you can be if you want to.
Now I was wondering, as I was walking a bit behind the guys, I was wondering if she like ran into all of us or just the front guys.
Yeah, she's pretty much in the middle.
I understand.
The only folks not in melee with her now are Wisdom in the cornfield, or like within reach. You can move without being opportunity attacked without disengaging, though. But you're wrong right there.
Like move away from her?
Okay.
Yeah, could I do that without being attacked?
Yeah, the only one who would have been opportunity attacked would just Misty stepped away.
Okay. Yeah, then I understand. Yeah, I'll walk like 10 feet back, and I'll Jacob will scream, "Burn the witch!" And he casts guiding bolt at her.
This is an actual witch.
For 14 to hit.
That will miss. The guiding bolt will go flying past her and explode into a bunch of radiant dust. I don't know, say she's got a little porch swing in this little grassy clearing by a peach tree. It just explodes all around it.
Then he will spend his bonus action writing an angry letter to the guys making dice stream, and he's done.
I feel you on that one, man. I completely do. And back to the top of the order, Anton.
So she's still in the center of all of us?
Yeah, you can move without getting an opportunity attack against you if you want, or you could just reach out and touch her.
Sacred Flame, would I get disadvantage to see that close?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on her. So, DC 13.
Dexterity saving throw. What is her dexterity? Oh my god, doesn't matter what her dexterity is. It's not that good, I'm assuming. Alright, Shia fails.
Alright, and that is 6 Radiant. And then I am going to step up to her. And then I am going to use my War Priest Bolts of Inspiration. And I am going to make a melee attack with my sword. For 22 to hit.
Yeah, that misses. I'm just messing with you. Of course it bloody hits.
And that is 11 slashing total.
You cut into her, and her blood, as you slice into her, is not red but black. Demonic type ichor from the fiendish plane. And as it hits the ground, the puddles that are around it kind of steams and burns into the flesh. Not that you want to take acid damage or anything, more of a flesh flavor. And she's cackled like, "You think you can harm me with such puny weapons? You fools! You foolish mortals will all perish and feed my blood." Anything else, sir?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Wisdom. You're hiding in a cornfield.
Bonus action to dash. I'm going to dash, run past the dwarf, run up to the door of the cabin. If the door's closed, I'm going to open it and peek inside the cabin.
All right. As you peek in there, you can see parts of small children, and the makings like straw, a pumpkin head, rows of corn to make a scarecrow with, and also there's, by where the fire is coming out of the chimney, there's a big pot, and on the pot is a simmering thing of smells good.
But I don't see any other living creature moving around.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
I turn around and look towards the dwarf, and I go, Onyx, she does worse things than I've ever dreamed or thought of. Kill her and kill her now. And I'm just going to stand there at the door of the cabin.
Okay. And Cleavon.
So I'll describe what Cleavon's doing, then I'll roll it up. So from atop the Were-to-Geld chest, he takes a shot with his crossbow at the hag-like form that's engaging his friends, and then he will step forward and he's going to issue a front kick, and he's going to try and drive his boot heel deep into the ribs of this, again, this hag-like form. So here's for the crossbow bolt. 3 on the dice, so that goes to 7, probably a miss. And then for his front kick, as he's now moved up to the beast, another 3. So another 7 as his leg swings forward, trying to kick this witch-like being.
Uh-huh.
You should use Dice Stream. It's really good.
That's just evil.
She will point her finger at no. She's going to say, "Go ahead and fall asleep, my pretty." And she will cast Sleep centered on the exact area where the witch is, or the warlock, so to speak.
So I got
and,
36 hit points if I'm the lowest or whatever it comes up.
No, well,
Remember
she's,
temporary hit points?
on Onyx.
Yeah, that's including them.
On where Onyx is standing is the primary and centered out from him.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's pretty much only going to get Onyx, though.
Remember Onyx? So
13.
Onyx was close to a cabin by me, remember?
Yeah. So which one of you has less hit points? As I count this out, 28, 31. That's 5. 31 hit points.
So
She's centering it technically on him, but it would affect the one with the lower hit points. Which one of you two has less hit points?
How
much hit points do you have?
17.
I have
Onyx, how many?
11.
Okay. Oh, wow. Both of you, then, are affected. My God, you both fall asleep.
Good night.
I only figured I'd get one of you in that. I got both of you. Freaking A. You are both asleep.
Well, she did that damage with the magic missiles of 11, so that took me on down.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Witch Bolt fizzles out too, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, Onyx, it is your turn. You're asleep. I'm assuming you're snoozing.
Yeah, I'm cutting logs, and as Wisdom looked at me to say something, the one thing that he would notice before he fell asleep was that he wasn't looking at a dwarf, but he was looking at a human.
I know. I don't think there's a dwarf in the party.
Well, I had the
Anton.
Onyx. No, I had Onyx as looking as a dwarf when we came on up.
Oh.
Could he change the human to run the field a little better?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And so, Father Jacob, you're next. And you may be muted.
I am. I'm sorry, guys.
Quite alright.
He sees his two friends fall unconscious, and he will point at the witch, and I said, "Burn the witch!" Another guiding bolt. I rolled a 4.
You all are destroying the trees and the cottage with your guiding bolts at the moment. The whole area is just sparkling in radiance from these guiding bolts exploding
The
all over the
drive-by
place.
clergy.
He will not curse, and he's done.
Okay. Anton, you are in melee now with the hag. What do you do?
And
She's
Anton,
looking at you now evilly as Yol, the main threat.
Anton will see that his fellow two party members has fallen, and he knows that it's time to act. He reaches out and he will cast Inflict Wounds.
Mm.
That's a 20 to hit.
Okay, that will hit her. I'm just curious. Oh my god.
And that is 12 necrotic. And then I will use my last bolt of inspiration, and I will slash at her. For a 10 to hit. That will miss.
And that slash will hit, but as you reach out and you touch her, this vile darkness, you reach into her soul and you suck some of her soul out. And I don't know about you, but I'm highly amazed. But this fiendish type creature is affected by your necrotic touch. As she screeches in pain, she's like, "Ah, you're taking my soul apart!" I can't believe it. I was just looking like, oh, necrotic, really? Let's, oh, no. No, she takes damage from necrotic. Imagine that. I'm surprised. Okay, wisdom.
Keep going. Keep going.
Cleavon.
And Cleavon, now that he's right in the fray, he's going to reach out and he's going to rake the eyes with with an attack and bonus attack. 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 10 on the first one.
That is a miss, sir.
And even worse on the second one. 8 on the second one. So very ineffectual, these eye rakes.
I don't know what's worse. Your dice are dice stream, man.
You better throw those dice away.
These are my DM dice, so I'll keep them for when I'm being a good guy DM.
Okay. Make sure you have those whenever I manage to be able to make it into one of your games.
Yeah, me too.
Excellent.
Okay. She's going to look at you, and she's also going to rake at your eyes, Onyx, since you seem to be the primary threat to her at the moment. And she's going to reach out and grab you, and is that a...
Is she moving back to the cabin?
No.
I think you mean me, don't you?
Yeah, I said... Did I not say Anton?
No, you said Onyx.
Oh. No, Anton. You're the primary threat to her at the moment. And you're also in melee with her. So she's going to reach out and she's going to scrag on your eyes for 9 plus... What's her... 13 points of slashing damage as she scratches at your face and falls on you. And you're like, ah, yes, the blood. As she scratches your face, blood just shrivels down. And you're like, ah, the blood will fertilize my fields. Onyx. That leaves Father Jacob.
Yeah, Onyx is sleeping thinking of bunnies.
Father Jacob blows. Sorry.
Father Jacob has spent a fireball in damage on nothing in 2 turns. Yeah. He will be repetitive and say, "Burn witch."
Another guiding bolt.
I'm not playing this game anymore.
That stream sucks, huh?
13.
That is a miss, sir.
He will kick some rocks on the ground, turn his way, and turn his back to the witch and start walking away.
Oh, sorry. Anton.
So she wants to play the game of scratching. So I'm going to reach right, or scratching me in the face. I'm going to reach for her face also and try, for inflict wounds again. And I rolled a 1.
Oh, the scratching, you just reach out for her, but the blood rivulets where she's scratching at your face, mess with your eyes, and you smack yourself in your forehead, thus causing your concentration on the spell to disrupt. Sorry. I don't like to do any, like, you hurt
My
yourself or
finger
you
goes
reach
in her
your
mouth
friend.
and she bites it off. That's what I was thinking.
I like that. You reach out and you touch her and you just right into her hand and, ow! That hurts.
Well, that'll finish my turn, I guess.
Hey, wisdom, sawing logs. It's not a concentration spell, right? Asleep is just, and you're asleep, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's concentration.
No, it's you just cast it. The effect takes effect. That's it. And then all it takes is either for us to get some damage or someone to shake us to wake us up.
Yeah. Cleavon.
Cleavon will, seeing that she's sort of like focused on Anton, the martial cleric, he's just going to cackle. Give me your back, will ya? You know, reach around and try and rake at her eyes again, and just go for it. And 15 on the dice, so that's a 19 on the first one.
There you go, my
and
man.
13, so 40, so 17 on the second one too.
My man smacks her twice this round.
Excellent.
Bam, bam.
And so 8 finger damage to the face.
Okay. That's okay, my own blood. And as you reach into her, it kind of burns as you just scratch at her eyes, and the abyssal ichor of her blood just kind of singes and feels unholy. It doesn't do damage, just a fluff and flavor thing. The unholiness of this vile beast is infecting in your fingernails, and it's going to take a while to wash that off.
Groovy. Excellent.
Alright. And she doesn't really want to risk a dice roll again, so she's just going to point her middle finger, Anton, at you. And 3 little bolts are going to... Jesus Christ. For 9 points of force damage, as these little black bolts come from her middle finger and just pop, 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 right in your body as she's standing right beside you. And it was almost minimal. 114 on those magic missile D4s. And yeah, that's it. Besides more cackling and laughter, Anton takes 9 points of damage. That's her turn. Onyx, sawing logs still. Sorry. Father Jacob. Jacob Clouds. I keep thinking Amish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic whenever I hear Jacob.
I was going to say Rumspringer about the kids missing.
Rumspringer!
As he's walking slowly away, keeps mumbling, "Burn witch," and he casts Sacred Flame.
Oh, that's a saving throw for her. Yeah, make my dice stream work against me, right? Nat 20. That's the most nimblest witch I've ever seen. Of course, I wasted a nat 20 on a freaking Sacred Flame saving throw. That's freaking awesome.
Yes, it is. Sacred Flame works even when it don't.
I am only saying, if someone could grapple her and pin her, maybe I could hit her.
Anton, I'm going to try to grapple her.
When we need him.
Well, Anton has been taking quite a bit of damage, so I am going to use my action and I am going to disengage from her. And I am going to move back 30 feet.
Want to hide in a cornfield, or you just want to stay in this little grassy clearing?
Then I'm going to use my bonus action and I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And so you will see a giant great sword appear next to her. And I will make a melee, that's a bonus action, attack on her.
Yep.
That's 15 to hit.
Oh, that'll miss.
Ah, dang. Okay, then that'll
Dodges
finish
out of
my
the way.
turn. The
Okay.
ghostful spectral weapon will stay there next door.
Perchance when you disengaged and walked away, just a slight thought, would you like to maybe walk over to the area where Onyx or Wisdom is?
Yeah, that probably would
Sleeping?
make sense.
Alright. So just in case you want next round, you can use your action to kick them.
Okay.
Wisdom. And, Cleavon.
So Cleavon just saw his friend Anton sort of slink over to the felled friends, and the spiritual weapon is there fighting. So Cleavon's going to stay square with this hag, and he's going to strike out headbutt and then knee. And 7, 8, 9, 11 on the headbutt. So maybe he only hurts himself on that one. And 14 on the dice, 52. So 18 on the knee.
Knee her right in the back, man.
All right. Yeah, right in the back of the kidney. Yeah, only 3 damage on that one.
Hey, you know, it's something, right? It's damage.
And he just goes, ha! As he delivers the knee.
Okay. And it's going to be her turn again. And why would she stop? While she's still in melee, though, with you, she's not going to disengage or leave her spot. She's just going to point her middle finger again at Anton. And Anton's going to take 11 points of force damage as 3 little black bolts come from her middle finger and smash into you.
Ah, I'm down.
I have 3 now to plant my fields. You remaining ones will also fertilize my fields with your bones and grind it up.
Onyx.
Now my question is, when he goes down, does he fall on Wisdom or myself?
Whatever one was closer, I would say I would went to.
You'd be closer, Charles.
All right. Then if that's agreed with the DM and everything, then I'd wake and I'd cast Eldritch Blast at this biddy.
Okie dokie dokie dokie.
And let's see if we hit. Oh, that's 18 on the dice plus 5, so that'd be 23. Yeah, 23.
That'll hit.
And she'll take all of, what's that? 8 points of damage. As a blue.
And that's force damage, right?
Yeah, that's force damage. As my blue-skinned Eldritch Blast of a wolf comes and goes out towards her and jumps up on her and starts gnawing on her.
She screams out in agony as this thing affects her. And then Father Jacob plows forward. Possibly muted.
Sorry.
Jacob.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
clicked the wrong window. I'm starting to run kind of low on spell slots here for some weird reason. F it! My last spell slot for Guiding Bolt. I'm gonna try to burn the witch.
Burn the witch.
Can you see my dice roll? Can you see
no,
my
your
dice roll
camera
now?
is disengaged. I
Yes.
An
can't
actual
because.
one.
Oh my god. I got that screen share thing, so it's taking up that top part. And when it's on the lower part,
Okay.
I can't see it. It's just small. I'm
Then it's
visually
an
impaired,
actual
but I believe you. Oh, okay.
It's an actual one.
Yeah.
I fumbled.
My God, y'all are decorating this area. You take out a crow that's flying overhead. Not a swarm of crows, but a single crow just happens to be, doo 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 doo. Oh my God, what the hell was that?
What?
You're telling me I'll have
By
advantage
the
on
way,
that
it's
dead
just
crow?
it's just 16 d6 I wasted so far. Have a nice.
You have not hit with a guiding bolt yet. Oh my. I'm sorry.
Such a
Anton,
good thing,
death
since it
save,
would bring
please.
advantage on next attack.
Yeah, she'd be
Alright.
dead now if you'd have hit a couple of
12.
those.
That's looking good.
Hey, that's a make. Okay. Wisdom. Snore, snore. Sorry. Maybe somebody will wake you up. Cleavon, you're still in
So-
melee with her. What do you want to do?
So, as Onyx's blast came in and damaged her, and Cleavon was like squared off with her as it hit, and she got hit. In his mind, he's like, that's the perfect time to dart away, but he's not going to use the disengage action, so she will get her attack, but he's going to use his movement to try and run over to Wisdom and check, see if he's dead or not, and try and wake him up or see what's going on there. So AC 14.
She will hit you with her claws.
Nice.
Yeah, she will hit you with her claws as you go away for 7 plus, what's her, I think it's plus 3 or plus 4? Plus 4. 11 points of slashing damage with her claws as you run away. And you go over to Wisdom and use your action to wake him up.
Yeah. Wake up, you old son of a so-and-so. There's a fight going on.
As soon as you get that out, a dagger's at your throat. You'll die today. No, not you. What's going on?
So he says, there's a fight going on. Yeah. And he just stops.
Okay. It'll be her turn again. And guess what she has? 2 per day. Oh, let me just clear all these. And she'll
Summon
cast
some
sleep
kind of
and
demon. No.
now 2 per day. She will do sleep again in that same area. So I believe that who had the lowest hit points? Would that be?
I have 26 right now.
It'd be me. I'm 17.
No, it'd be Onyx with 11.
Okay.
6, 12, 14, 15. Onyx. You fall back asleep. And that is all. She didn't roll so good this time.
Well, that's good.
Okay, and so you fall back asleep. Your turn. You're sleeping. Father Jacob. Sorry. But she's got no more sleep spells.
No, it's all good. That's the way it goes.
Burn Witch.
I was thinking I'd get all
Scorching
3
Ray, last
now.
spell slot. A 19, a 7, and a 16 before a modifier, so it's going to be 2 hits, I believe. It's 24 and a 21 and a 12.
The 24 and 21 hit. The 12, however, do miss as it just scorches over somewhere else.
19 fire damage. Burn!
Ah! She screams in pain as you get her with this fire that just immolates and it catches onto her dress. That's a rag just going around and it kind of burns and smolders off. And
sees that Lathander's cleansing is starting to do its job. He runs towards her as far as he can.
gets in melee with her. You
I
can
don't
get
think
melee
I
if
would
you
be
wish.
able to. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in melee. And I'm
You weren't
done.
running your full movement. You were just kind of walking away,
Yeah,
I
I said
suppose, when you said
10
stuff like
feet, I recall, so I'm running into melee with her.
Okay. Okay. Anton, death save.
Alrighty. Dog. 2. Dang it.
1 good, 1 bad. Wisdom. You're prone, but you're awake.
Yep, I'm gonna stand up and look at Cleavon. I'm sorry, I didn't know who you were. I'm sorry, old man. And then
I should have known better.
then I'm going to run up towards Onyx, since he's the closest one to me, and shake him awake and say, "Are you okay? Get up! Get up! It's not the time to fall now." And bonus action dash.
You are now.
I'm going to dash up to the witch and engage her in melee next time.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, you work. Cleavon, your move.
And so Cleavon, he's gonna just dash right up into the fracas, and he'll go back to. He's
But
gonna
you don't
do
have
it.
to dash.
Pardon?
You don't have to dash. You can just make it over to her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and he'll do one attack, and then he'll spend a key point to do flurry of blows, so 3 attacks in total. Oh, crit with the headbutt, and then 2 shin kicks coming in too. 12, 15, 15, 16 on the first kick, and
Is that
6.
total 16?
Yeah, total 16.
Okay. It misses. Or
Okay.
AC 17, just FYI, folks.
No worries. But the crit, 3, 4 on the dice, 5, so 6 altogether on the crit. Headbutt. Ah!
Well, she is not looking well at all now. Y'all can start to see wear and tear on the old biddy. Her flesh coming loose from the bone and such like that. And she's going to lunge at Wisdom, who she thought was dead. Or, well, actually, she kind of knew you were asleep. She cast sleep at you. But her fallen foe, everybody's now up except for Anton. But you got into melee with her. She will. Oh, I need to roll hit first. It's never one of my damage. She will scratch at you and claw, but your leather armor just is too much for her claws to dig into. Now teach me to roll damage first. She goes,
You may have woken up just for your doom, you foul beast.
and yeah, that's her turn. So, Onyx, you're awake again. You're lying on the ground, but you're awake.
That's all right. Onyx rolls over a little bit, lays his hand upon Anton, and casts Spare the Dying on Anton, and then stands
Hey.
up.
Okay. Onyx, Anton, you are no longer
Nice, thank you.
dying. Father Jacob.
Being out of spells, or almost, I always have my Sacred Flame. So, now he's grumpy. He's gonna smite her with his, it's like kind of scepter. It's a wooden staff with a medallion with a sun on top. And I rolled an 18 to hit now that I can't do any damage. Cool. That's gonna be a total of 4 minus 1, 3 damage.
-1.
I'm a slender priest. I'm not strong.
Very nice.
Yeah. Anton, you're stable. Wisdom, you're in melee. What do you do? Along with a whole other bunch of people. She's surrounded at the moment.
Yep, I'm just going to take my dagger and slam it into her back, hopefully. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
7, 10. 10 damage total with the dagger.
Mm-hmm. And,
And no bonus, I'm going to stay there with her this turn.
Okay. Cleavon.
All right. Cleavon is going to he's going to take a half step back just to like cock his leg for a arcing kick right to her knee, and he got a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 on that one, and then he's going to spend a key point for 2 more attacks on flurry of blows as well, and these will be like bringing the same kick back and hitting it on the back and then going forward again with it, so it's like 3 kicks in one kind of. And I got a 4 and a 5 on those extra attacks on the dice, so they miss, but the 21 probably hits.
Yeah.
And
Your
3
Chuck
damage.
Norris roundhouse kick.
3 Chuck Norris
Okay.
damage to the kneecap.
And as you do such, the reason that your other 2 kicks missed, I'm just going to role play this into what she's going to do, is you go and you smack her and a tooth flies out, and she's like, "Y'all have not seen the last of Mary." and she'll pull out this pin that she wears around her neck, and she'll question for the groups. Ethereal. Would you call that invisible also, or just ethereal? Can you see like a ghostly image? I like the ghostly image.
Yeah, that's what I'd say probably too. Like
No.
somewhat.
Anybody else like to weigh in on that? Yeah.
I'd go with that because that's like when you're doing not dimension door, but what is it? That's when you're going ethereal, you're kind of off on the astral plane, but yet you're still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a a good one, the phase spider or the or a specter. You can see an incorporeal image.
And she goes ethereal and flies through the cornfield. Just going through it, not being hindered at all by the corn because she's ethereal, and flees from the area into the cornfield.
How far is she able to reach?
And her action was to go ethereal, so she'll just take her movement of 30 feet through the cornfield. But as I've described it before, it's kind of difficult terrain. So everybody else would not be their full movement.
Mm-hmm.
She flies through the cornfield.
Cool.
Okay. Ethereal, not ethereal, Onyx will try to hit her with a Eldritch Blast then.
She's in the cornfield, so there's a lot of corn. To cover, so to speak. She has a significant cover.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The thing is it's just like being invisible, so it's at disadvantage to hit. But so let's see there. That may be the worst, hopefully, but no, the same. So it'd be 12, so it'd miss. So you see the blue wolf go on out there, and it looks like he's playing around on the stalks, and he lifts his leg and he relieves himself.
Father Jacob.
Michael, with her doing that, that wouldn't have provoked, with her turning that way, I guess that stops any opportunity attack Cleavon and I would have had? Is that correct?
That's what I consider it. I consider it to go ethereal just means you can see a ghostly image, but there's nothing like to attack. She'd have to go from being ethereal. I see it as like the ghost.
Yeah, just curiosity question. I didn't know if we'd actually get maybe a disadvantage one or not.
Cool.
Just curiosity question.
But is she like still on the same, like realm as us? So
Or
we
you
can
could say she
target her
plane
with
shift.
spells?
Would plane shift be more to your liking?
No, I mean like ghosts are ethereal and you can fight them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Let's say she plane shifted though instead, because that's what I was trying to go for. She just like, I'm out of here, bitches.
Okay, so we can't see her anymore then.
Just tell her she disengaged. That's all you
plane
need
shift.
to tell us. That means she got away without opportunity attacks.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we still beat her. We can take the moral high ground.
She's like, I'm out, bitches. I'm done. I'm not going to fight till death. I'm not stupid.
Well, anyway,
Now
Jacob's
run me
gonna run.
back and rock my
Jake-
revenge upon you.
If Jacob saw her running in another direction, he's gonna run after her, and he's gonna use his channel divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. So if she's around,
Ooh.
she needs to make a Constitution saving throw, or else she doesn't have to.
I want to say she's gone. And in that regards, I would have plane shifted.
If there's any
If ethereal's
hostile
not
creatures around
untouchable.
at all, they'll get 14 radiant damage.
Okay.
Like crows,
say
and
she even took
scarecrows,
that
and
14
corn,
radiant.
and children and stuff.
And Cleavon will just go, ah, me eyes, me eyes. He rubs his old eyes in the bright light.
And Onyx will holler, man
She has hit
down,
points.
man down. Anton's
Because
down.
wisdom. If it's not evil, then wisdom would go down. No, any hostile creature, not hostile.
Yeah, if Anton's out, Cleavon would run over there. He doesn't have any training in medicine, though.
But I'm going to say we're out of initiative, but she's plane shifted. She's gone. She's out of here. She is not there anymore.
Jacob will cast Spare the Dying on him then.
And Cleavon will say,
He's already been spared to die. He's dead.
Onyx, why don't you give him some of that spoon bread you had?
Oh.
That'll ease him back to health.
I ain't giving him none of that nasty stuff. I wouldn't eat it. Why would I feed it to him?
He needs it to fortify himself against these wounds.
Well, in that case, Onyx would take that sloppy stuff out of his pouch, and he'll apply it topically over some of the damage, the slices and, from the claws and stuff up on his face. So he'll paste that over his face as a topical balm.
Right, well, spoon bread is amazing and very interesting. And if you want, I'll post a link to how to make spoon bread. It's a real thing, and the thing, but it does not have healing properties.
Oh, out of character, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the recipe. Out of character, but
you need to make the saving throws when you eat it. Like
he's one saving throw to the good.
But I guess Cleavon would, even though he's untrained, he'd try to like close up
Has
any.
To be taken orally.
Make sure Anton's like breathing passages are clear, and maybe he'd be able to consult a medicine check.
Go ahead with a medicine check.
Cool. 11 on the dice, and he has +2 wisdom, so 13.
There you go. You can easily bind his wounds, and just for convenience sake, I'll say he's conscious again.
Cool. So, Cleavon has a bunch of like loose-fitting wool clothes, so maybe he tore some strips off and wrapped up some makeshift band-aids and set them all up.
Well, she was knitting on that chair, so there'd be like knitting. Granted, you may not want to use her evil, vile yarn, but still.
And as he finishes applying the bandages, he'll say, "Yeah, we'll have you up and helping me with that old wear-together chest in no time."
Now that yarn that she has, does it look like almost like the consistency of hair, like maybe from the hair of the kids?
Now that you mention it, I like that idea. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And it's what she was using to stitch her scarecrows together. Anybody? There are two, I believe, here that are proficient in Arcana. You can either roll. One of you can roll with advantage, or you can either both just roll. Just so let me know what you see as you searching around in her cabin a little bit to see what's there.
Can I drink a healing potion, Michael?
You may. You're conscious. You may drink a healing potion.
I'll go ahead and let, I think it's Father Jacob or whatever that's also good with Arcana. I'll give him advantage. I'll be helping him on out.
Okay. Father Jacob.
I am not good with Arcana. I did a religion check earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'll accept that.
And I did poorly with a religion check as well.
Well, then in that case, yes, Onyx, the warlock.
All right. And that is, okay, that's not bad. That'd be a 19 total for
yeah, that's definitely good enough. All right. Through your investigations into her hut, you can see what she was doing was she was a double vile evilness here. She was fertilizing the blood of her cornfield with the blood of innocence. And that had the effect of when the people would eat the spoon bread made from her cornfield, that they would think that she was innocent. So she was the one who sowed the blood of innocence, that she is innocent of all wrongdoings and everything. She's a great, wonderful person. Hence, the feeding of the spoon bread to the villagers is what allowed her to get away with this for forever. And she was using the souls of the trapped children to bind into the scarecrows, to animate her scarecrows that she had made to guard against trespassers, and also to cause a malevolent will to the crows that would feed upon the corn, to also make them do her bidding and have one hive mind, aka crow swarms. And she was probably, you can also see from the writings on the walls of all sorts of evil violence. This lady had been here for many years now and was working on this,
Onyx,
taking over this valley.
Onyx explained it to the rest of the party, and then he'll pull out a pen and some paper and start writing down some of these writings that are on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cleavon, he's upon hearing some of that information, he's going to he's proficient in survival. He's going to take the perimeter of the house and he's going to look for tracks, in particular, like a group of kid tracks or traffic of kids. And beyond that, though, possibly any odd creature tracks too. What he'd be interested in.
There isn't really much to find around here. You can find a cart that she would use to cart her spoon bread into town to let people have. But other than that, when the kids, if you had noticed in the cornfield when you were coming through here, but your passive perception sucks. I'll allow you if you want to take an investigation in the cornfield itself.
Sure. Well, he's sort of got his mind on tracks, so is it alright to use survival? But if you'd prefer investigation, that's cool.
Survival will work. Your choice. The point is, both of them you're looking at the ground trying to figure out something.
Cool. So he did get a 16 with that. His eyes
As you're looking for tracks, you can find the remnants of entrails and small children. Maybe a body part here and there has been feasted upon by crows, and it'll be laid out hither and thither through the rows of corn.
Cleavon will come back from the edge of the cornfield. He'll say, "Oh dear, look here," and he'll have entrails and stuff on a crossbow bolt that he's just to present.
So she's been feeding on the kids of this village for 20 years now, since the beginning of the Spoon Bread Festival when she came to this village. That's why that you see no small children, because whenever a child is, she keeps each year she kills a few kids for this.
Yeah, and Mara ate the rest.
Onyx will say that that he doesn't care for no chitlins. Maybe cracklins, but no chitlins.
What about her interaction with the actual village? Were they involved anyway?
Would you like to go find out again? Go back to the village and ask some folks about
I'm sorry. I thought we was wrapping it up. I'm sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
Oh, you are wrapping it up more or less. I'll just let you know that from the spoon bread that they were eating, that made everybody. That was her interaction when she came. She bought a small plot of land and started doing this, and in the guise of the woman, polymorph shape changed herself into a regular woman, and would feed them spoon bread. And that was pretty much all their thing, is the spoon bread would have the effect of casting innocence upon her, so that they would never think anything bad about her at all. Oh, she's completely innocent. She's fine. That was their interaction. Yeah. It's not like they were minions of hers. They were being fooled by her spoon bread, magically misled.
Gotcha.
If we spent more than an hour resting up a bit and stuff, Jacob would once more pray for all who would like to be prayed for, and inspire them for 6 more temporary hit points, which replaces the old ones if you haven't used them.
Excellent.
At the end of this hour, you will see the sheriff appear out of the cornbread.
The cornbread?
And, I'm sorry, out of the cornfield. I'm all corned out today, man. Sorry to be so corny here, but I'm getting all corn-fused by things. But the sheriff will peel out of the cornfield again, and he'll look at you all and be like, "Oh, you all are true noble heroes indeed. now that that vile witch is no longer on our plane of existence, I'm assuming. I don't know what it is. That's the reason why. I don't know what you all did, but suddenly my eyes are awakened, and I can now tell that for years now, ever since even I was a small child, I'm now a grown man, but for years now, we've been letting Mary get away with all this stuff, and not even thinking that she would be guilty of such. We are stupid, stupid people, and we will now have a new festival honoring the heroes of I don't know, who are you people? Wow, but you all are noble heroes indeed, and your names and likeness will be taken down. And every year from now on, we shall have a festival and make, I don't want to say effigies because it has negative connotations, but make statues of corn in your honor, and have them. Yes, good father.
You should have a festival honoring Lathander, no one else.
Say nay.
Because the sun and light nourishes our corn.
Say nay.
But we'll never eat corn again.
They should give glory to the traveler who went ahead and gave them strength and allowed the mighty bolts to shoot forth my weak arm.
Yes, I love that idea. On this day, from henceforth, all travelers who come to our village shall be held in high honor, and we shall, instead of being an isolated community far off the beaten trail, anyone who comes to our valleys during this time from year on will be held as kings, and much gratitude will be hoisted upon any weary traveler who comes through our village.
And yes, bring the wenches forward.
Yeah, you shall have all the wenches you wish. Unfortunately, we have no young lasses anymore due to, but we have some that are not so old.
And hearing all
The
this
corn
talk,
queen shall be yours.
and hearing all the talk
Not exactly.
come from this sheriff, Wisdom's going to walk up to him and just spit on the ground and look at him and go, I don't want any of your Mickey Mouse BS. You talk like some high noble. I don't have nothing for that. I don't care about a statue or nothing. And he turns over and looks at Cleavon and says, let's move this chest. We better get this chest moving now. And walks away.
And
Even the surly visitors will be welcomed on this day.
Father Jacob walks over and says, well, at least you could offer a gift to Lathander, and he holds forth the alms box with like a sun on it.
Alright, he'll drop a 10 coins. 10 gold
Thank you
crowns.
for your contribution. They will go to the new church. Most appreciated.
I was Right. And any other fair sayings anyone would like to do before you continue to
no, I think Cleavon
on your
will
way to
just-
deliver this Blair Guild?
Yeah, Cleavon would just get back into the reins of the wagon for the donkey.
Okay. Alright. And this will pretty much conclude the one-shot Children of the Corn. If anybody has any advice for how I can improve my DM skills, that would be greatly appreciated. In the interim, everybody say bye. Bye.
But
Tschüss.
Bye.
Entschuldigen Sie.